back of the board.
Board, I think board will be fine. I mean, it's cool to the touch, and we don't have much sunlight left.
You got to pump it up. Ooh.
All right. I'm hearing Carter come through on your side, Dad.
Oh, I get to talk to Sandy 2 times in the same day? I didn't even know that was a real thing.
He's working on getting it hooked up to where we'll be able to hear him through our headsets.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that part's always the hardest. Let me see.
Okay, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick.
Yeah, go on it, go on it. Hey, do not sprint back up because you'll be out of breath.
You're right.
Yeah, do not.
There you go. Dad, I'm leaving you on speaker up here with Carter.
Okay.
Are we going to go on ahead and go without you?
I'll be back quick enough.
Yeah, just don't sprint. You're going to be too tired. It up. Yeah, I can go ahead and take it with the countdown because he'll be back up here and like probably right when we're started and there's a pump it up.
Live from Memorial Stadium in El Dorado, Arkansas, this is El Dorado Wildcat Football coverage at southarkansasnow.com. The Wildcats put their 2-1 record on the line tonight as they play host to the perennial powerhouse, Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Tonight's coverage is brought to you in part by Glenn Mechanical. When you want the job done right the very first time. Promed Ambulance. World-class care and hometown values. Equipment Share. Find out how easy the job can be with Equipment Share. Dison Service Company and your local Lennox dealers. This is what perfect feels like. Union Kennel and Farm Supply. No one has more corn, rice bran, and feed for your hunting season. Carti. We're with you. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. Put a solid future above your head. Harrison Financial Management. Your future, their commitment. Lanxess. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig. El Dorado Custom Carpets. Covering the floors, kitchens, and bathrooms of South Arkansas for nearly 50 years. Southern Sass Image and Design. The official photographers for South Arkansas Now and southarkansasnow.com. Cadence Bank. Opportunity lives here. Cook's Body Shop. Bad things are going to happen, and when they do, look to Cook's. Country Village Sporting Goods. Everything you need to get you to the water or the woods is at Country Village Sporting Goods. Davis Farms Country Market. Grown locally and farm to table fresh, especially for you. Anyone can buy a gift card. The best gifts are made especially for you. Jason Hardy State Farm. Like a good neighbor, Jason Hardy and State Farm is there. LSB Industries. Find extraordinary at lsbindustries.com. The Rushing Law Firm. Stop the harassing phone calls and collections when you have someone in your corner. That's the Rushing Law Firm. Murphy Arts District. For the latest information on concerts and shows, go to eldomad.com. Off the Rail Cafe. What's better than Arkansas chocolate gravy or shrimp and grits? Eating them in a rail car built in 1883. Madhouse 101. From romantic date nights to live entertainment, check out madhouse101.com. The Carl Malone family of dealerships. Once again, the mailman delivers. And now, let's take you to Memorial Stadium in El Dorado, Arkansas, alongside color commentator Jax Sanford. This is the voice of the El Dorado Wildcats, Carter Bryant.
For a quote today, and now your voice of the Wildcats, Carter Bryant.
Let's go, Jax. Are you kidding me? Back-to-back home games after back-to-back road games. A lot of connections between El Dorado and Little Rock Catholic. One coach who coached for both of them, Scooter Register. Now, you got to be an old-school, big-time El Dorado Wildcat fan to know what Scooter did for both of these programs. So we're really excited about this. And guess what? Like, share, subscribe for the stream of a lifetime, because these Wildcats, Jax, have been nothing short of sensational after starting 0-1, losing to a team from Little Rock. They're now 2-1 with consecutive blowout victories.
Yeah, Carter, they won last week against Texarkana, and I actually have some things that I want you to know about. El Dorado won 2 weeks ago against Arkansas High. Texarkana 55-21, 365 rushing yards, 124 passing yards for 489 total yards of offense.
That's ridiculous.
El Dorado was also 7 for 11 on third down conversions against Texarkana, and the defense for the Wildcats held the Razorbacks to 264 total yards on offense. They only converted 4 out of 9 third downs, and the Wildcat defense forced 3 turnovers. I mean, a dominant outing by the Wildcats against the Razorbacks. And then, if you remember, 3 weeks ago, we were in Camden.
Yeah.
And the Wildcats got another dominant win, 43-27 over Camden. The Wildcats put up 240 rushing yards, 136 passing yards. That is 376 total yards of offense.
Wow.
So, Carter, you're talking about a team that with their back-to-back wins, put up over 375 total yards of offense.
Yeah, and look, you mentioned 7 of 11 on third downs. Speaking of 7 of 11, my man Christian Williams was always open. How about that? If you didn't get that, guess what? Go get you a big gulp at the end of this stream. I'm telling you right now, the truth is number 4. I've already called it. At the end of number 4's career, Mr. Williams will be the best wide receiver to ever play for El Dorado. That's how impressive he was in this last game versus Texarkana. It was just quick screen after quick screen after quick screen. And what makes that so impressive is that this El Dorado run game, which is based out of a counter scheme, was just smash-mouthing the opponent of Texarkana. And guess what? Pairing the run with the quick pass is how you win in the modern game when you're playing a lot of teams that play a lot of these 2-high and 3-high safety shell structures. So to 20. So just looking at this from the outside, El Dorado looked more impressive versus Texarkana at home than Little Rock Catholic did in the season opener. And what's very interesting is over the last 3 seasons on the road, this was a blowout. El Dorado beat by Little Rock Catholic 26-6. In 2023, El Dorado won a nail-biter 22-21. And then in 2022, LRC won at EHS 42-16. So it's going to be tough. This team, this matchup, year in and year out, has always been competitive, and I think we're going to have another one of those tonight, Jax.
Yeah, and with that being said, Carter, it's now time for our keys to the game, brought to you by the Carl Malone Auto Group and Power Sports. The mailman always delivers with over 200 brand new vehicles and more than 150 quality previously owned options. You're sure to find the perfect ride or even a new side-by-side. Now with his keys to the game, Carter.
Let's get to it, baby.
So
the line of scrimmage is where this game is going to be won. So my favorite name ever given to anyone is Jaquita, okay? It's Jaquita. Believe it or not, our dog Charlotte, her nickname is Jaquita. We call her Kui, okay? And I spoke to me, an underrated Wildcats parent earlier today, my friend Jaquita Meeks. I love you, Jaquita. She gave me some good behind-the-scenes info. She's always around these young men. And she wanted me to shout out one of my favorite things in the world, an offensive lineman that's not afraid to get dirty. And tonight, I want to show some love to number 66, Christavion Meadows. He was the guy that was actually pulling around on those counter runs, opening up huge holes for JJ and that entire running back room. So dominating the line of scrimmage like El Dorado did last week is going to be key. So hopefully Jaquita's son has another big game tonight.
I agree. I think that, and I mean, obviously you hear me say it a million times every game, but the offensive line is the bread and butter of the team. And one of my keys to the game, Carter, was to give Cannon time in the pocket. Let him dissect Little Rock's Catholic's pass coverage. I think that they are so focused on not letting anything go over the top that it's going to be really easy to throw the checkdowns to the slants, the drag routes, and even the comebacks, because they're going to be so focused on not getting torched over the top. So the offensive line is going to have to step up. They're going to have to do their job, and they're going to have to give Cannon time in the pocket.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Little Rock Catholic, they watch film, and they're going to try and stop number 4, Christian Williams, who's kind of become the alpha receiver on this team. So guess what happens? Chris Hill, he's done a wonderful job coaching this team this year. A guy to look out for. One thing Little Rock has had issues with is the tight end. So number 10, Paxton Strong, is an experienced receiver. You talk about him every Tuesday at the show at Mystic Creek. And look, Paxton could have a massive game. Actually, I'm just going to call it. He's going to score a touchdown tonight. And
that's a bold prediction, Carter.
Yeah, hey, look, Paxton's that kind of guy.
You can't even stay on the camera. You're so jittery.
Dude, and here's one more thing. I want to shout out your favorite player, number 1, Ja'Cory Lumsey.
Man, that kid is good.
Dude, he's amazing. It was his 18th birthday yesterday.
We've got a man on the field.
Dude, he's grown. He's grown. Look.
He's out here to play grown man football.
I'm telling you, number 1 and number 5, Bertavion Brown, have been amazing in the back 7 of this defense. Bertavion's dad was a teammate of mine. It's going to be a wonderful defensive game tonight because Little Rock Christian, they're not a passing offense. They like to run the ball, in particular with their quarterback. So number 10, Hunter Markham, and number 12, Phillips Blair, will be the running game tonight for Little Rock Catholic.
Yeah, and one of the things that I saw is they like to do a lot like El Dorado and run with their QB. And so another huge thing is going to be for the linebackers and the defensive linemen to contain the quarterback. Don't let him scramble around to the outside. Don't let him get those open lanes. Keep him in the pocket, suffocate him, sack him.
Yeah, and look, number 30, we've talked about him all season long. He has been fantastic. Jervalen Jr. We saw him in the warm-ups. We saw Coach Johnson telling Jervalen, this is going to be your night. And when you're playing a team with quarterbacks that like to get going downhill, you've got to be able to set the edge in the run game. So tonight, Little Rock Catholic, they are very athletic. And one thing to look out for on the defensive side, we talked about the offensive line for El Dorado turning around this season. They've really been the straw that stirred the drink up to this point. What Little Rock Catholic likes to do is something called a stunt. A stunt is when your defensive linemen twist and twirl and they switch positions after the snap. So communication is going to be absolutely key with Christavion Meadows and the rest of this offensive line.
Well, I actually got to talk to Coach Hill this past Tuesday. Coach Carl this past Tuesday night at Mystic, and he's the offensive line offensive coordinator coach, and him and Coach Borofsky do that together. Yeah, and he focused a lot on making sure that the guys know what gap is theirs, not whose man is that.
Yes.
And he talked about the importance of understanding their assignments and understanding that this is a defense that likes to do exactly like you said. They love to do stunts. They love to change gaps. And so he's focused really hard over this week, just making sure that his guys know their assignments and know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, twists are always difficult. LSU this year, they're undefeated. They're one of the best teams in college football. They can't block a twist to save their lives. Arkansas's had issues at the P4 level. NFL teams have troubles with twists. So El Dorado, they're going to have to be ready for that because Little Rock Catholic is going to get exotic on that front four.
Absolutely. And so, Carter, with that being said, I think we're going to take a quick break and hear a word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is Auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Located on 1,400 acres amidst Union County's scenic timberlands, LSB Industries' largest manufacturing facility and its employees have been a part of the El Dorado community for more than 40 years. Working together as one team, we are proud to call El Dorado home.
At Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, we've got the biggest selection of ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles ready to ride today. Take advantage of special financing, unbeatable trade-in values, and service you can trust to keep you on the trails. Whether it's work, play, or pure adrenaline, we've got the machine to fit your lifestyle. Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, where selection, savings, and service all deliver. Come see us today.
Realized that we never went to the actual break. We just stood here. And so sorry about that, y'all.
No, it's not. I want people to see this beautiful face. I know I would rather see the partners that make this live stream happen, but guess what? You get to see CB for a little extra longer as we are roughly 14 minutes away from kickoff. There's national anthems blaring in the background. One thing that was so much fun about roughly 15 minutes ago, Jax, they honored something that I never achieved while I was at El Dorado. which were 4.0 GPA students and above. Now, Jax, were you one of those?
I was not.
God.
I graduated from both college and high school with a 3.67.
Oh, okay. There you go. It's probably better than Sandy. So, no, I'm just kidding. I got to get one Sandy shot in every live stream. But look, it's all about getting those grades done. But tonight, between those white lines, guess what? It's a mental game there as well. We were talking about the twist a minute ago. And guess what? On top of that, Jax, can you avoid the turnovers? El Dorado did a lot better job in this past game versus Texarkana avoiding those turnovers. And on top of that, El Dorado won the pick six battle. In the first couple of games, they threw pick sixes. In the last game, Marsavius Ishmael absolutely turned the tide of that second quarter, taking it all the way to the house so El Dorado could have a pretty big lead going into half, 28-0.
Yeah, and one of the things is that the Wildcats were able to force the Razorbacks to turn the ball over 3 times 2 weeks ago. I mean, and the Wildcats turned over the ball once, so they had they won by 2 on the turnover battle, which is
crazy.
huge, and it showed on the scoreboard. And I think one of the other huge parts for the Wildcats tonight is going to be the ability of the wide receivers to communicate and execute. And Carter, I actually wouldn't be surprised tonight if Cannon gets time in the pocket. I wouldn't be surprised if we have one receiver on one side of the field that's going to run a go ball or even a post, and then receiver on the other side is going to run an in route or a comeback consistently. Tonight. I see it happening a lot in the game plan. It makes sense going up against their defense. A lot of times they wind up leaving 2 safeties high, but to start the snap, but then one will come down, so they only leave 1 safety high. And so I expect Coach Hill and Coach Borowski and the offense just to get out there and exploit those weaknesses. And
yeah, one thing I'll say, Jax, the play calling for El Dorado after week 1, no one's calling great plays because you don't really know what you have, even if you're returning your quarterback. The last 2 weeks have been 2 of the best games Chris Hill has called in his entire career, because I honestly thought I was watching Mike Bobo or Bobby Petrino out there call plays. The way he was mixing the run in with the pass, showing the same looks over and over, mixing those things up is what helps give you explosive plays offensively.
Yeah, and this is looking like a high-power El Dorado offense with a very, very physical defense that is going to punish any team that tries to overuse their star players. And we actually saw that against Texarkana when they started trying to have the quarterback that they brought in later in the game try and run.
Yeah, he had no chance.
And
he took some big shots.
He didn't even make it one full drive before he had to come out of the game. And so that's one thing. The Wildcat defense is going to force anybody that they encounter to play Minesweeper, and the map just keeps changing.
Oh, my God, a Minesweeper reference.
Minesweeper.
Yeah, let's go. Well, Jax is going to get a solitaire in here at some point.
Backgammon.
Got to throw backgammon in there as well. No, you're right, Jax. And look, you look at Little Rock Christian. This was going to be my final Karl Malone. Big time. Big time. And I mean absolutely huge reference. And I'm only going to make it now because I just want this game to be about this game. But Little Rock Christian actually played a game last week. El Dorado did not. So the rare bye week in high school football, Little Rock Christian was also on the road last week. So the fresher team tonight will also be the home team. And as someone that covers college football religiously as my full-time job, the hardest thing for younger kids to do, in the NFL it's not as big of a deal because everybody's an adult. It's all you're doing is playing football. In college and in high school, going on the road in back-to-back weeks is very difficult. So how will Little Rock deal with it with heavier legs? We'll see tonight.
Speaking of heavy legs, J.J. Samuel. Let's come back to him really quick. He squats over 500 pounds.
Wow.
500 pounds. That's a quarter ton.
Just for reference, Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles gets 600. That's an NFL player. And JJ is at 500, which is ridiculous. And look, there have been so many great El Dorado high school running backs. John Johnson's obviously a name that comes to mind. But the truth is, J.J. Samuel is starting to slowly creep up the list of the all-time best running backs to ever play at El Dorado. So number 6, if you're a Little Rock fan tuning in tonight, he is prime time material, and he will be playing on Saturdays next year.
You're right. He will be playing for somebody. On Saturdays
it's
next
crazy.
year.
All for this kid. I mean, he's a high-level thinker. He just hits the hole, no questions asked, doesn't do a whole lot of dancing. That's my kind of runner, a J.J. Samuel type of runner.
And I hear that JJ is actually just very, very intelligent, and knows the game and is a good student. But I like to think that when it comes to running the ball, he thinks, I have ball, I go through.
Yes.
I want him when he has the ball to think like Gronk.
Yes, there you go.
I want him to think like Gronk. Me have ball, me score touchdown.
Let's go. I love it. And look, this El Dorado running back room, number 28, the backup, Jeremiah Warner, is a good change of pace back. He's also big. So if you are a Little Rock fan and you haven't seen El Dorado play this year, if you're an El Dorado fan tuning in for the first time because we are getting conference play going tonight, this El Dorado running back room is kind of similar to that of the Arkansas Razorback room in that these are all powerful runners. Now, they're not quite as big as the Arkansas running backs, Washington and Russell, but they run in that same style. They like to get downhill. So it's going to be a physical game tonight in Little Rock Christian, or Catholic, excuse me. You better come with your chin straps buckled because guess what? There's going to be some snot bubbles on the field tonight.
Snot bubbles on the field. Carter, I think that the Cats are actually, depending on how tonight goes and what they look like in the first conference game of the season, I think the Cats are going to be a hard team to beat this season.
Yeah.
After a rough first half in week 0 against the Little Rock Christian Warriors, the Wildcats have played winning football since. They outscored Little Rock Christian 14-7 in the second half of that game. And then they came out, they won against Camden. And then they came out and they won against Texarkana, both of those wins in dominant fashion. And so now, coming off of a bye week after some rest, they're ready to come in here and face a Catholic team that, now granted, let's not take week 0s or week 1s for granted, but a team that struggled to beat Texarkana, a team that the Wildcats were able to dominate. So I'm expecting some awesome football tonight, and spoke to one of the Catholic players down below the stadium right before we came on, and he was a very nice, respectful man. He spoke humbly, and I wished him luck and told him that I hope he plays well, but not too well.
No.
And he chuckled and said thank you. So
I hope, and I really, really, really hope. You were not talking to number 16, Hayden Rofe.
Nope, that's not what he said his name was.
Okay, because Hayden Rofe is probably the best player on Little Rock's team when I was doing some scouting on him. This is a do-it-all receiver up to this point in the season, 11 catches for 156 and 2 tutties. This is not a passing offense, but when they do throw the football, Mr. Rofe runs like Willie Rofe out there. Now, I know Willie Rofe played on the offensive line, but he is a physical player. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Hayden Rofe can bring to this table tonight for Little Rock Catholic.
Yeah, and the player that I talked to was a corner. I remember him saying that he was a corner, and I don't think it was any of these players that I'll mention here, but some of the players on their defense that we'll need to look out for is going to be number 20, Luke Bardine. He had a forced fumble and 1 sack against North Little Rock. Pate Capps, number 18, their strong safety, he made 12 tackles in that game, which also speaks kind of highly into what we were saying in that they don't want anything to go over the top, and so a lot of times it winds up being their safety making that tackle. And when you've got somebody like JJ running down the sideline, it's going to take more than a strong safety.
Yeah, we'll see. Pate, who you were mentioning a minute ago, 33 tackles, leads this team. Like you said, 12 tackles last week. When you're averaging 11 tackles per game, I don't care which team you're on, that means you are an absolute beast. Reminds me a little bit of Tony Bua back in the day for those Arkansas Razorback diehards watching right now. So if you guys don't mind, please hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you never miss a Friday night stream. And don't forget, next week, we are on the road. my goodness gracious, if there's someone out there that has a helicopter, please lend it to us because we are in Marion, Arkansas. I will say thank goodness Carius Kern will not be on that field next week, but we're excited about that game as well.
Yeah, Carter, and with about 3 minutes and 30 seconds until we get ready to line up for kickoff, we're going to take a quick break this time with SouthArkansasNow.com.
At Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, we've got the biggest selection of ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles ready to ride today. Take advantage of special financing, unbeatable trade-in values, and service you can trust to keep you on the trails. Whether it's work, play, or pure adrenaline, we've got the machine to fit your lifestyle. Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, where selection, savings, and service all deliver. Come see us today.
Located on 1,400 acres amidst Union County's scenic timberlands, LSB Industries' largest manufacturing facility and its employees have been a part of the El Dorado community for more than 40 years. Working together as one team, we are proud to call El Dorado home.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay. And this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derrick.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
More product than ever in the store history. That's what's happening at Union Kennel and Farm Supply. A huge sale is going on right now, including 50-pound bags of deer corn, only $6.50 per bag. 50-pound bags of rice bran, marked $1 off. No one, absolutely no one, has a better selection of small animals, birds, reptiles, saltwater and freshwater fish than Union Kennel and Farm Supply. 1100 West Hillsboro in El Dorado. Or call 870-864-9229.
Wildcats are preparing to take on Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Carter, what do you feel watching that team run out like that?
I love the themes. So for those that don't know, the Wildcat cheerleaders and fans every week have a theme. And I guess it's construction equipment. One of our
Neon Out.
Neon Out. Okay, so Peyton, one of our lovely camera women here, alongside Brittany, they're the ones that make this stream look so wonderful. So shout out to them. That's the theme tonight, okay? So I didn't wear my neon. I actually have a neon vest, Travis Kelce style, that I wanted to wear tonight, but I didn't get the memo. But for me, with El Dorado getting the football first, I expect to see a lot of number 6 and number 4, JJ and Christian, getting the rock a good bit to get this thing going.
You're right. The Rockets won the toss and deferred, and so the Wildcats will be receiving first, and so that's actually going to set us up for our very first equipment share kickoff for tonight. No matter if it's a DIY project requiring specialty tools or a commercial project requiring heavy equipment, get your project kicked off right with equipment share. And so, Carter, they're lining up. Do you know anything about Little Rock Catholic's kicker? Have you seen any of his work?
Do they squibble?
I have no clue. I couldn't find anything online.
Well, I'll tell you this. One thing we've noticed, and it always trickles down at the top levels, in the NFL, we've seen more knuckleball kicks. Mm-hmm. And in high school, we have seen more teams try to do it. So going back there will be number 89, David Bald. Let's see what he does here in this equipment share kickoff as we are underway. Back deep for El Dorado is number 4, Christian Williams. And boom, here we go. Christian will take it to the 20-yard line. He's got a seam, and he will be down at El Dorado's 48-yard line as Cannon Jacobs will lead the Wildcats out on the field. Cannon absolutely turned around the season after a disaster in Little Rock in week 1. Since then, Jax, he's been arguably the best quarterback in all of South Arkansas.
He has done phenomenally. And even then, people want to give a hard time about his interception that he threw against Texarkana. And you have to remember that he was in the perfect position to throw an interception. It wound up being an arm punt. They did nothing with that possession. And now they're lining up out here. And I expect the Wildcats to come out with tempo. Or not with tempo, but with swagger. I want them to establish dominance early.
Number 65, Blake Deal at center will snap the football here to Cannon. He hands it off up the gut to JJ. He makes one guy miss and will fall forward here for a Glenn Mechanical first down.
And they're going to place him at about the 48-yard line on the Wildcat side of the half-yard mark or half-field mark. And, I mean, we just saw a typical JJ play. Power through, shed a tackle, and ultimately get brought down after contact.
JJ will take another handoff, and this time he'll break a few tackles yet again. JJ finally gets brought down, but not after a gain of 8.
Yeah, that's going to make it 2nd and 8 or 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats. Only about 40 seconds have gone by on the play clock here, and I think they're just going to keep feeding JJ.
El Dorado out in 12 personnel here. Number 0, Spencer Pools, played mostly defense, but tonight he's on offense. JJ up the gut yet again, and it'll be a Glenn Mechanical first down.
Yeah, and that's going to put him at about the 36-yard line in Catholic territory. And so now we're seeing a change of personnel from the Catholic side. Looks like they're going a little smaller on the defensive line here. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but they've stacked the box.
El Dorado, another handoff to JJ. Oh, and he gets shoestrung right there. Good play from number 31, Miles Valentin.
Yeah, number 31 was able just to get over there to JJ and trip him up by the shoestrings. It still was a gain of about 4 or 5 yards.
And now you see the backup, number 28, Jeremiah Warner. He gets his first carry of the night, and El Dorado will just be short. It'll be 3rd and a couple.
Yeah, Carter, and he actually got hit behind the line and was able to still make a gain of about 2.5.
Wildcats saying we're playing smash mouth 2 tight end football. Love this from Chris Hill, taking advantage of that size up the middle, and it's a run yet again for a Glenn Mechanical first down. Jeremiah Warner getting it going, Jax.
Carter, I have seen perfect execution from the offensive line every single play on their pools. I mean, you've got the 2 tight ends set up like you said, and they are doing a fantastic job of picking up their assignment. The running back's hitting the gap, and it's a good chunk of yardage every single time.
Yeah, it's just a huge size advantage. And that should have been a flag right there for offsides.
And they threw it.
And El Dorado will get a free play here after only a couple here from JJ. And it is rare. You normally see defensive substitutions like this, but when you're at a size disadvantage like Catholic is, Jax, you got to try whatever you can.
Yeah, I mean, you see the players you might not can tell on camera, but the players for the Wildcats look at least an average of 2-3 inches taller than the average Catholic player.
It's really hard. This El Dorado offensive line, Wilson Borowski loves El Dorado. It's not just that he loves this program. He loves Union County. You could tell the passion that he has on the offensive line, coaching up his guys. It really does make a difference, and you've seen it up to this point. El Dorado's the big number 66, Cristavion Meadows. We were talking about him before the game. He's had a phenomenal start.
By the way, they called a legal substitution.
So here we go. JJ again. And this time, finally, Little Rock Catholic gets a stop for no gain.
Yeah, and so that's going to make it, let's see, they've got the ball right at about the line of scrimmage, so that'll make it 2nd and 5 still for the Wildcats. And I wonder if we're going to see Cannon throw the ball here or if they're going to stay true to the run.
Or a pull read, you might see that as well. Bronson Brock, a talented receiver, also out there. JJ takes another carry. And finally, Catholic, not only one stop, but 2 in a row, and it'll set up 3rd and medium.
Yeah, 3rd and medium, and JJ just wasn't able to power through. He had about 2 or 3 Catholic players in his way, just making sure that they weren't going to get barreled over this time.
Wildcat fans in the chat right now, let us know how you feel about the team. Play action fake, the slant! It looks as if it was broken up, and it was. It was intended for number 9, Bronson Brock. Good stuff right there from that Little Rock Catholic secondary.
Or
no, are they going to give
it a complete
catch?
pass. They're calling it complete.
There's, wow.
Carter, and honestly, Carter, I think that might be a makeup call for not calling pass interference there.
Yes, that is very interesting. It looked as if that ball did hit the ground. I'm not complaining. Head coach Richard Cochran is beside himself. Cannon is there to take the snap, and there is a flag on the field. It looks like he didn't
Offsides.
get in. Oh, they're going to call offsides on the offense.
Okay, so that's going to leave it at 1st and goal. That's going to move the Wildcats back 5 yards. And instead of a QB sneak this time, I bet.
Okay, so they basically signaled it wrong. But still, if it was offsides on the defense, that's not a dead ball foul. El Dorado should have been able to continue the play. So, okay, so the white hat called it offsides on the defense. The referee who actually made the call called it offsides on the offense. He didn't say false start. He said offsides on the offense. So the Zebras here in the Serengeti.
That is an encroachment on the offense. 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Okay, so they finally do get the call right. They call offsides. It looks as if
Encroachment. It was encroachment.
Encroachment.
On the
they're,
offense.
They're using the big word for offsides now. I like it. El Dorado tried to pull a Jalen Hurts tush push there. They weren't able to do it, so it'll set up 1st and goal at around the 7-yard line. Cannon, the ball's on the ground. Can he turn the corner? He can. And he scores for a Murphy Arts District touchdown. Number 8 saw a worm burner on the ground. He picks it up and scurries into the end zone for 6.
Carter, after the ball got loose, you just saw Cannon almost dive on top of it, see it bounce back up into his chest, and he just took off. And those athletic genes, those athletic instincts took over, and he was able to get around to the outside and score. And the PAT's coming. And it's good. And so we're going to take a break. We'll be right back here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Buck to hang on the wall rarely happens by accident. It starts with preparation, takes some skill, and often even a little luck. Country Village Sporting Goods is your headquarters for all three. Right now, check out a brand new shipment of feeders, so new that they're still pulling them out of the boxes. A huge selection of lacrosse boots and plenty of warm weather camo for that early season hunt. And of course, bow hunters can't go wrong with the sales and service at Country Village Sporting Goods, 965 Smackover Highway in El Dorado.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the name that's been serving South Arkansas for 3 generations, Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. From residential roofs to large commercial projects, the experienced team at Cross delivers quality you can see and reliability you can count on. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal, built on trust, proven by results. Call Cross Roofing today. Put a solid future over your head.
All right, and welcome back, Wildcats and Wildcat fans. We are at Memorial Stadium where the Wildcats lead 7-0 over the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. And get ready for another Equipment Share kickoff with everything from pipe fitters to excavators. Get your project kicked off right with Equipment Share, 800 Strong Highway or 1320 Molnyard Park Avenue.
Number 40, Eric Flores with the blue kick. It'll hit the ground. It's on the ground, and El Dorado has it. They will get an extra possession. I don't know if it was intentional, but I don't care. What a heads-up play by number 3, Josiah Moore.
He picked, and the thing is, Carter, he didn't even have to dive on it. It rolled right up into his arms, and he was able to get about another yard or two before he took a hard hit from Little Rock Catholic. But the Wildcats have the ball. It's on the 38-yard line in Catholic territory. And now, I mean, we're looking at the Wildcats with the ball again, up 7-0 with only 8 minutes and 1 second left on the clock in the first quarter.
One guy you have to shout out is Keontae Larry, the running backs coach for El Dorado, also serves as a special teams coordinator. He was ecstatic that El Dorado was able to gain an extra possession here. So Cannon Jacobs back out after a nice touchdown scamper, and the ball's on the ground again, and Christian Williams is able to fall on it. So 2 fumbled snaps in a row here for El Dorado.
Carter, that's not something that the Wildcat offense can tolerate. You cannot let the ball get loose. You cannot allow things like that to happen. No miscommunication like that. Everybody has to know what they are supposed to be doing every second of every play.
2nd and Magnolia here. Wildcats first time behind the sticks. They have played sound football outside of these final 2 snaps. This time Christian Williams will go in motion, and it'll be JJ up the gut, and he'll pick up a couple.
All right, and he gets to about the 36-yard line for the Wildcats, so that's going to make it 3rd and long, about 3rd and 9 with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first quarter here.
El Dorado staying in 12 personnel, 2 tight ends. Once again, look out for number 10, Paxton Strong here. Shotgun snap. No, they're going to keep it on the ground. J.J. Lumsey will be stopped. So, Jax, this is an interesting decision. Do you play field position or punt it away here?
Well, the Wildcats had a long drive and took a lot of time off before Catholic ever even got a chance to touch the ball, and then the Wildcats got it right back right here. I see no reason not to go for it, and it looks like that's what they're going to do here.
Oh, Jax, I'm going to.
You're in enemy territory. It makes sense.
Yeah, I'm a 4th down guy as well. Oh, and we'll get an offsides penalty here on Little Rock Catholic. The more disciplined team tonight has been the Wildcats. And now, Jax, the playbook opens up here on 4th and short.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about instead of 4th and 9, you're talking about 4th and 4-ish. The playbook is open tremendously here, and you have a lot more options as to what you can go for that you know you can get 4 yards with.
El Dorado and 11 personnel for the first time tonight. 3 receivers into the boundary. You have a fake little option pitch. Cannon Jacobs makes one guy miss, and he will be short. And Little Rock Catholic, after giving up a turnover on a kickoff return, are able to turn it over on downs here, and they'll take the field for the first time tonight.
Carter, I'm really interested to see what the Little Rock Catholic quarterback is going to play like tonight. He had a up and down game against North Little Rock, but he was able to get a couple of really big runs against the North Little Rock defense. So the Wildcat defense is going to have to make sure, like we said in the keys to the game, to contain the quarterback, don't let him get to the outside.
Phillips Blair, a really good runner, and to his right will be Evan Scott. And they'll start off here with the jet sweep handoff. There is a crease here for Little Rock Catholic, and it's a nice gain from number 10, Hunter Markham. So to start this game, Little Rock Catholic will have both of their quarterbacks out on the field. You love to see it.
When you're talking about an offense that can have 2 quarterbacks in the backfield, you're talking that can both run. You're talking about a +1/+1 backfield, which, I mean, how do you guard that? How do you game plan for that?
Once again, what do we talk about, Jax, before the game? Contain is so important versus this Catholic team. They like to hit the edges. This time it's a run up the gut from the QB Blair, and he'll pick up roughly 6 here.
That's going to make it 2nd and 4 for Little Rock Catholic. There's 5 minutes and 50 seconds left in the first quarter, and they are at about the half-field mark.
We want to thank all our partners for making Wildcat football possible tonight, including our friends at Cook's Body Shop. Anything car-related, check out our friends at Cook's Body Shop. And it'll be a zone read pull. And what a play from the El Dorado edge defensively. And that is one of the best athletes on the team, number 15, Jalen Dunn.
Well, Carter, that's one thing that I like to see is 3 Wildcats got there and made the tackle on defense there. And so that's one thing that this dual quarterback system is going to have to worry about is how many hits do they want each quarterback to take, because this is a physical Wildcat defense.
Little Rock Catholic making a few checks at the line of scrimmage. 5:03 left to go in this first quarter. El Dorado up 7-0 after a Cannon Jacobs red zone touchdown run. And it is a keep right here from Blair, and he'll be stopped just short of the line to gain.
That's going to put him at about 2 yards from the line to gain. That's going to make it 4th and 2. They just crossed the half-field mark, and there's 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in the first quarter with the clock rolling.
One guy that's yet to make a play for El Dorado is number 19, Jaquavion Hampton. He has been sensational at safety for El Dorado, and it is a run up the gut, and the Wildcats, it depends on where they mark them. No, they're going to take it.
They're stopped him short.
The El Dorado Wildcats will have the football after a great stop. In on the play is number 99, Gavin Briggs.
Okay, Carter. I mean, we've got 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, and the Wildcat offense has been out on the field for all but about a minute and 22 seconds of it about. So you're talking about a defense that's already getting gassed, already wearing down. This is going to play a huge effect long-term in the game.
Chris Hill, look at this. 5 wide here after smash mouth. This is some really creative offensive play calling. Cannon will take the quarterback keeper, will cut to the right side. Then Jacobs, are you kidding me? He is showtime, worth the price of admission. Number 8, Shifty, is able to almost pick up this first down, and it looks as if...
Yeah, they're going to leave it short is what it looks like. It's going to be about 2nd and inches here for the Wildcats, and the clock just keeps rolling. We're at 4 minutes now, and the Wildcats lead 7-0 as they continue to try and march downfield.
El Dorado still keeping it spread out here. 4 wide, twins to the left, twins to the right. Looks as if...
Oh, are they going to measure?
Okay, so they will go 2nd down. The White Hats had a shaky night up to this point. We'll see what happens here on 2nd down. And it's a handoff to JJ up the middle, and it'll be enough for a Glenn Mechanical first down.
Yeah, he gained about 4 or 5 yards there, and he got contacted at the line and was able just to barrel through. JJ runs through defenses like a bull in a china shop, just breaking things down.
El Dorado, a run-first attack, but don't get it twisted. Cannon Jacobs can indeed throw it. He makes a check at the line here, and this time he will go back to pass and then take off and run. Cannon Jacobs
he's got a blocker
to the right side, spins all the way down to the 20-yard line for another Glenn Mechanical first down.
That was for 18 yards, Carter. That was an 18-yard by Cannon, 18-yard rush by Cannon, excuse me. He saw them crash heavy in on the blitz. They swallowed around him on the line. He saw a lane and was able to pick up 18 for a Glenn Mechanical first down, 3 minutes with the clock rolling.
I would rather be here right now than anywhere in the world. El Dorado Wildcat football on a Friday night. The night sky is lit here. The sun is set. Cannon Jacobs having a game to remember. Hands it off to JJ to the right side, and he picks up roughly 6 here. JJ Samuel, what a player, Jax. The only All-State returnee from last year's team.
When you talk about a player like JJ, I mean, it feels like you almost overuse his name, but he's just that good. He is so strong. I mean, you can tell when he runs that he obviously squats 500 pounds. He hits hard.
Another snap here and another JJ carry. And he pounds through and almost got to the end zone. It'll be enough again for an El Dorado Wildcat first down, brought to you by our friends at Glenn Mechanical.
Looks like they put him at the 4-yard line. That's going to make it 1st and goal with 2 minutes left in the first quarter here. And Wildcats are loaded up to the left.
Here we go. Cannon Jacobs takes the snap. JJ to the right side, and he'll be stuffed.
Catholic did a really good job of seeing where the gap was going to be, loading their men up into it, and ultimately they just had enough guys there to stop JJ. It was more than one, it was more than two.
And look, this El Dorado offense, they have been fantastic tonight, but they have sputtered in the red zone. Remember, the last touchdown was off an El Dorado fumble, so let's see if we can keep it clean here. It's Jacobs to the right side, spins. Can he get in? No, they will mark him just short, and it'll be 3rd and inches.
I mean, are they bringing paper out to measure if it's in the across the threshold? But Carter, the Wildcats in the first quarter have already rushed for over 100 yards now.
Yes, and we'll see if El Dorado decides to stay in shotgun. They will. Cannon Jacobs will take the snap. He will pull it, and he will go in for a touchdown. Number 8 for another one tonight. El Dorado now takes a 14-0 lead.
Yeah, Carter, that's enough for a Murphy Arts District touchdown. For more information, go to eldomad.com. Carter, Cannon does exactly what we know he can do every time, and that is just barrel through a defense. I mean, it gets overshadowed how powerful of a runner he is sometimes because we have a guy like J.J. Samuel to talk about, but Cannon can run the dadgum ball.
Extra point is up, and it is pure.
And so that's going to make it 14-0 against the Little Rock Catholic Rockets for the Wildcats with 47 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
As the summer growing season begins to slow down, you can still find plenty of homegrown fruits and vegetables at Davis Farms Country Market. Plus, a new shipment of baked goods just hit the shelf. And if you've ever wanted to know the difference between the meat from the big chain stores and locally grown Davis Double D Farms beef, you have to check it out. You'll be amazed, and you may never buy grocery store beef again. All of this and more at Davis Farms Country Market, 4523 Junction City Highway, or call 870-639-1323. For nearly 50 years, South Arkansas floors have been covered by El Dorado Custom Carpets. And not just carpets, but true hardwood, laminate, stone, porcelain, ceramic, marble, and more. And guess what? It doesn't end with just floors. El Dorado Custom Carpets carries a tremendous selection of backsplash, wall tile, and area rugs. The truth of the matter is, one commercial can't come close to telling you everything you can find at El Dorado Custom Carpets, 1601 East Main Street in El Dorado. Call 870-862-4945.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium here in El Dorado, Arkansas, where the Wildcats are leading the Little Rock Catholic, and there's a flag on the play here. And Wildcats are leading Little Rock Catholic Rockets 14-0 here after a flag on the kickoff. So let's get ready again for another Equipment Share kickoff with everything from pipe fitters to excavators. Get your project kicked off right with Equipment Share. Carter, what happened there?
Yeah, it looks as if you'd have to mark them back 5 at least if you're going to throw a flag, and that's exactly what they're going to do here. It can't just be a re-kick. Yeah, you got to mark it back. Yeah, it was offsides. So one of the most circus kicks you'll ever see resulted in an El Dorado recovery. You notice here, Little Rock has decided to mix up their kickoff return team. You see they have 4 players now about where that ball landed. And we'll see what Byron Henriquez will do this time. He'll squib it.
Oh, that was
takes
a great bounce for the Wildcats.
And wow, Dunn again has been all over the field, number 15 for El Dorado. A nice hit there.
Yeah, the Catholic is going to be down at about the 38-yard line in their own territory. They're going to bring the offense back out on the field after the last drive for them resulted in a turnover on downs with 44 seconds left in the first quarter here, Carter.
In the YouTube or Facebook chat, in the comments section, let us know where you are watching from tonight. This stream is worldwide. Guess what? You can listen anywhere, anytime, as Little Rock Catholic is back on the field. Number 12, Phillips will take it again, and he will be brought down by number 5, Bratavion Brown.
That's going to put him about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Going to make it, like you like to say, Carter, 2nd and Magnolia, or about 2nd and 14.
Or you could say any small Arkansas town. That's what I normally do on my Arkansas Razorback shows. I just like to go through every small town in Arkansas. So let's go 2nd and Alma here.
2nd.
Little Rock Catholic looking to get something going offensively. Their first true drop back of the evening. And they hit a seam. It's a big gain right here. It's quarterback to quarterback. You mentioned him in the pregame. Number 10, Hunter Markham, is actually the backup quarterback. But like former El Dorado legend Taylor Reed, he also plays wide receiver.
Yeah, and that is about a 38-yard first down pass for Catholic there. 43-yard pass for Catholic there for a first down, and they've taken a timeout.
No, it's the end of the quarter.
Oh, no, it is the end of the quarter.
How about that? El Dorado up 14-0. Jax It's going to be a big second quarter here.
Yeah, let's take a break, Carter. 14-0 for the Wildcats here at Memorial Stadium. This is SouthArkansasNow.com.
Need equipment for your next job? Don't settle for the traditional rental experience.
The rental experience with Equipment Share is a great experience. We rent everything from dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, even smaller hand tools. They've always got what we need. They're timely. The billing is quick and accurate. The guys are able to set it up. They do it through their phone. I love Equipment Share. Renting with Equipment Share is not like any other company out there. It's 1,000 times better.
Every gift tells a story, and at Especially For You, they help you make it unforgettable. Birthdays, wedding showers, baby showers, graduations are just because. Especially For You creates one-of-a-kind gifts made to touch the heart. Anyone can buy a gift card, but the best gifts aren't bought, they're made at Especially For You. Stop by and visit Especially For You and find the perfect gift for life's special moments.
And we are back here at Memorial Stadium. El Dorado, they'll mark it off 5 yards after a Bertavion Brown offsides penalty. And finally, Jax, Little Rock Catholic has some momentum here.
Yeah, they're in Wildcat territory on the 27, 28-yard line here. They've got 1st and 5 with 12 minutes left in the second quarter. They're looking to make something happen.
Little RPO read here, and it works for a first down. That's the first grab of the night for number 3, Ben Gassaway.
They're going to spot him at the 19-yard line, enough for a first down for the Rockets, and he was able to get out of bounds, so that's going to stop the clock at 11:56 in the second quarter here.
I'm going to warn Little Rock Catholic, be careful throwing it to Marsavius Ishmael's side. He is a pick-6 merchant. What a player, number 21 for El Dorado. We get a little jet sweep motion, and it'll be kept. And what a play by number 30, Jervalen Jr.
Jervalen was able to get into the backfield and hit him hard. I think he's going to think twice before he just runs up the middle again.
I tell you, Jervalen Jr., if you get next to him, it doesn't seem like he's the biggest guy without pads on, but when you actually get down by him, you feel like you're standing next to Myles Garrett. I mean, he really is a athlete. So you have 3 receivers here to the right side. Once again, number 12, Phillips Blair getting into a rhythm here. This El Dorado red zone defense up to this point in the season has actually been really good. And it's a fade, and once again, you do not want to throw to Marsavius Ishmael Island, baby. He will lock you down.
Yeah, and the Catholic wide receiver there turned like he was looking for a flag, but Carter, that was just clean coverage in my opinion, and it wasn't that good of a throw. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, and I will say this, Marsavius is a true corner. There's a little yapping going on after that, man. That's the kind of attitude I like from my shutdown corner. I love it. So 3 receivers to the right side. It's 3rd and 11 here in the extended red zone. And we get a lot of pass rush up the middle. Quarterback throws this up in the air, and it's almost caught. It was intended for number 27, C.J. Aubert, and it'll set up 4th and 11. And wow, Little Rock Catholic's going to set up here for a relatively long field goal here. You rarely see this, Jax, at this level. It'll be roughly a 33-yarder here for number 4, Lincoln Perez. El Dorado has a really good special teams unit, so Perez needs to get this off. 11:02 left to go in the second quarter. The kick is up, and it is good.
And that's going to be a 39-yard field goal for Catholic. That's going to make the score 14-13 with 10:56 left to go in the second quarter. We're going to take another break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
With a name you trust, you can count on us. Glen Mechanical, plumbing, heating, and air.
For over 6 decades, Glen Mechanical has been specializing in HVAC, plumbing, and all mechanical jobs. 3 generations family-owned and operated since 1956. Glen Mechanical's business is based on relationships. They support and give back to the communities they work in. Contact them for all of your HVAC, plumbing, and mechanical needs. GlenMechanical.com.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Wildcats lead 14-13 with 10:56 left in the second quarter here. And get ready for another equipment share kickoff. No matter if it's a DIY project requiring specialty tools or a commercial project requiring heavy equipment, get your project kicked off right with equipment share.
David Bald will kick this off, but hey, if you're a Little Rock Catholic fan listening to this, I got to tip my hat to you. Number 4, Lincoln Perez, has a leg for a high schooler. And El Dorado historically has been a strong field goal kicking team, from Chance Murphy to Justin Guerin to former Arkansas Razorback Brennan O'Donohoe. So
Colby Murphy.
Clay
Murphy.
Yes. And look, I am a sucker for kicks because a lot of those kickers played soccer with me as well. So what a great kick right there from Lincoln Perez. It would not shock me if he also plays soccer. So Bald back to kick. Christian Williams, already a good kickoff return in this one. And this time it'll be kicked to number 9, Bronson Brock. Cuts up the field, and he will be stopped inside his own 20, Jax.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to spot him at the 17, 18-yard line. And Carter, I mean, that was just great special teams coverage by Catholic there. They were able to get a shoestring tackle in on him and swallow him up, so that even if he did make it through the shoestring tackle, he was swallowed and surrounded by Rockets.
How about this? We say hi to Tommy in Bowling Green, Kentucky, a former Rogers Rams. R.I.P. Rogers Rams. I was also a Ram. I was actually one of the final Rams, the former legendary El Dorado Middle School, as Cannon Jacobs back at QB. And it looks as if there is a stoppage here, and the Wildcats will take a timeout.
All right. And while the Wildcats take a timeout, we're going to keep it here in the Promed press box. Carter, tonight's coverage is brought to you in part by Promed Ambulance. World-class care with hometown values. Check them out at promedambulance.com.
Promed Ambulance. I love that song. Dude,
hey.
that was on. That was in pitch, baby.
No.
Simon Cowell would have put me through.
No.
Simon Cowell, Randy Jackson would have put me through, baby.
It's going to have to be a no from me, dog.
Howard Stern would have slammed that golden buzzer for the Promed. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I love that jingle, though. Hey, look, I want to shout out Crystal Jernigan in the chat as well. Look, a familiar name, Mr. Grant Merrill, all the way from KC. So an interesting fact about Kansas City we'll bring up after this snap. It's 1st and 10. J.J. Samuel to the left side. He's got a crease. He pounds forward here to the El Dorado 25-yard line. So this is interesting. Little Rock Catholic in week 2 played a high school by the name of St. Pius. And St. Pius is in Kansas City, Missouri. So Little Rock Catholic has played quite the offseason schedule for an Arkansas team. Cannon Jacobs gets a check at the line of scrimmage. 10:27 left to go. El Dorado up 14-3.
5 wide receivers.
Cannon Jacobs takes the snap. He throws a deep one here. The back shoulder to Bronson Brock. It looks as if he was tackled right in front of the El Dorado bench. And the Wildcat coaches are incredulous that there wasn't a pass interference call right there, Jax.
Carter, he was draped all over him. I mean, that was syrup on pancakes. But not coverage, pass interference. But, I mean, that's going to bring up 3rd and 3 for the Wildcats.
Let's see what Cannon decides to do here. It's a counter run to the right side. JJ.
Oh, face mask. Yeah, I was going to say how they're going to call it.
Little Rock Catholic thought they got to stop here. It'll tack on an extra 15 at the end of this run. Wildcats up by 11 with 10-11 left to go in this quarter.
And so that's going to make it with a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down for the Wildcats. So a Glenn Mechanical first down with 10 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in the half. And it is 14-3 for the Wildcats with a lead.
Yeah, if you see the scoreboard, don't be tripped up. They have not changed the quarter yet on either of the scoreboards here. So I almost said first quarter. myself. Look, I would not mind playing 5 quarters. That's how beautiful it is out here tonight. Jax Sanford alongside Carter, the power Bryant here. Quick screen to Christian, and he gets his first touch, and he picks up a couple.
They're going to put that right at the 45-yard line. That's going to make it about 2nd and 6 for the Wildcats. And Carter, I mean, that's the first time that we've seen what Coach Hill really likes to do, and that's the screens to the outside. And so I wonder if he's getting ready to open up the offense and maybe pick up the tempo a little bit against a tiring Catholic defense.
They do look a little weary here, and it'll be Williams on the jet sweep.
Oh, he's still up.
And he's still running. Christian Williams to the left side, and Cannon Jacobs will be called for a blindside block here. And it's going to be interesting what the referees elect to do.
Oh, hold on. Catholic player's down, and he looks hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, it's number 28, Mason Emmerling. I don't think he was the one that was blindsided, but he is up, and he will limp off the field here. I like this from the coaching staff of Little Rock, head coach by Richard Cochran, alongside John Bland, Marvin Boyd, Duncan Diaz, Teddy Gonzalez, Dylan Owen, Chip Reeves, Chris Rhodes, and Kenny Stevens. The coaches out there for Little Rock Catholic, they are okay, it looks, with the hurt player, number 28, Mason Emmerling. So my prayers out to Mason. Looks as if he'll be back out there after a few snaps. But Jax, this is going to be a big penalty going the opposite way.
Personal foul, illegal blindside block. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Yeah, and so that's going to be a 15-yard penalty for the Wildcats, putting them back 15 yards from where they were at. So instead of the 45-yard line, they're now going to be at the 30. Second and 22 to go here.
That was pretty nice right there from Cannon Jacobs. He apologized for the blindside block. Second and smack over here for El Dorado on their own 30-yard line. They need to get past the 50 for a first down. Jacobs back to pass, sets up the middle screen, and it's picked off for the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. It's number 87, Sam Boozer. The defensive tackle makes the big play, and Jax, that middle screen, gets the Wildcats in trouble yet again.
The hard part to understand there is how the ball came out so low. But, Carter, that's going to put the Wildcat defense back on the field. The ball's going to be spotted at the 24-yard line in Wildcat territory here. And hold on. What do they have going on? Are they just changing out?
Yeah, they're switching out the game balls.
Okay.
Because of the possession change. Okay, so they're getting it to a new ball boy here. It's been a weird night for the referees. They've not called a bad game. It's just been a little clunky on their end, which is fine. This is not easy to do. We're not a broadcast crew that's just going to call out the referees outside of that egregious pass interference miss a minute ago.
It's just like they're using bag phones for communication out there.
The balls have been thrown back and forth here, and finally it gets out of bounds.
And Wildcats don't have anybody out up high, so
yeah, they're selling out to stop this run here.
Oh, and it's a reverse, and it's a throw.
A pass, and he's wide open, and it will be a touchdown. The Rockets pull out the tricks. Ben Gassaway will score from a great pass from Phillips Blair.
So that's going to make it 14-9. Wildcats still have the lead, but extra point is on the way. That will potentially make it 14-10 with 9:19 left in the second quarter.
What a play and what a change of momentum here. You get the blindside block penalty, then the interception from a defensive tackle, trick play, and now you have a pending extra point from one of the best kickers in the state Lincoln Perez. Kick is up, and it is a beauty. And El Dorado now down 14-10.
No, El Dorado is up 14-10 with 9:19 left in the second quarter. We're going to take a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
When it comes to your family's financial future, peace of mind matters. At Harrison Financial Management, they are right here to help you plan, grow, and protect what matters most. Whether you're planning for retirement, investing wisely, or securing your family's future, they will guide you every step of the way. Harrison Financial Management, your future, their commitment.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where we're getting ready for another Equipment Share kickoff. With everything from pipe fitters to excavators, get your project kicked off right with Equipment Share. Carter, we've got some people supporting Cannon Jacobs all the way from Linden, Alabama. That's going to be his aunt Cindy Rowell there in the Facebook chat, and Nana, Kathy Gaddy Rowell, watching from Alabama as well, supporting Cannon. So we've got some people in the Facebook chat. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, please.
This has been a special teams kind of game. So El Dorado so far winning the special teams battle. They will return this kick. It'll be 9 yet again. Down the right side, he's got a seam. He only has the kicker to beat. And he will beat him. He will go. Bronson Brock to the 10. Bronson Brock scores.
Carter, his feet, are they on fire? Can we get a close-up on that? Are his feet on fire? I mean, he was burning down the sideline. You called it. He had the kicker to beat, and the kicker stood no chance. He caught the kicker on his heels, and that's going to be enough for an Murphy Arts District touchdown for the Wildcats. Go to eldomad.com for more information. And now, Carter, that's going to make it 20-10.
How about them apples? We just said before the kickoff return, El Dorado has won the special teams battle, and that continues here. The extra point for Henriquez Byron is up, and it is beautiful.
And that's going to make it 9:06 left in the half. Wildcats up 21-10, and we're going to keep it here during this break here, Carter. And I want to give a shout out to Especially For You. Anyone can buy a gift card, but if you really want your gift to stand out, then see our friends over at Especially For You. For more than 30 years, Especially For You has been creating unique, personalized gifts. Check them out online at efygifts.com. And really quick, I just want to put in a personal anecdote here. I actually just picked something up from Especially For You. They've got an amazing laser engraving machine. They can engrave anything just about. And my best friends are getting married tomorrow, so I want to give a huge shout out to the future Blake and Savannah Cunningham. Guys, I love you. I hope that you enjoy your gift. That came from Especially For You. And Carter, we've got a game on our hands here.
How about that? I bet you Blake and Savannah at their rehearsal dinner tonight, they have our game up on the big screen watching us now. There's nothing better, nothing more romantic than a Friday night El Dorado Wildcat football game. And here's the beautiful thing, Jax. You only get this really in high school football. It's pure, chaotic momentum swings. Explosive play after explosive play. You had the trick dipsy doodle touchdown from Little Rock, and then you get a kickoff return from Bronson Brock. What a game up to this point. This ball is squibbed.
Oh, that's exactly what you want to see.
And it will be returned here by Catholic, and he'll get brought down. What a play from a really good special teamer, backup number 32, Caden Webb. And Little Rock Catholic, they were able to cut this lead, Jax, down to 4. And now it's back up to 11 with 8:59 left to go in this second quarter.
So it's at least a 2-possession game. And Carter, I want to talk, that kick was like a heat-seeking missile.
Yes.
And it bounced right off the hands and maybe even the knee of number 11 for Catholic. And so now that's going to put the ball at the 23-yard line.
Phillips Blair has played one whale of a game. Coming into the game, Little Rock Catholic had only completed 37.5% of their passes. Tonight, they have been nearly immaculate with 2 explosive plays through the air, and they're going to keep it through the air. Oh, and it's almost picked off. Going the other way, Bratavion Brown read it, but it does get through to number 8 for the Rockets, Guy Webb.
That's going to put the ball at about the 30-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd and 3 for the Rockets with 8:43 left in the first half, and the clock is just going to keep rolling.
Little Rock Catholic down by 11. Once again, coming into this game, it has been mostly QB run game, but number 12, Phillips Blair, has actually shown a cannon of an arm for the Rockets. And you get a jet sweep motion here to the left side. It will actually be handed off, and it'll be enough for a first down. That's number 11, Elliot Lavelle. Tackle on the play by number 12, Cortland Rozier.
Well, Carter, you've got to give credit where credit's due. Number 11 there for the Rockets. He wanted to get the first down and powered through a little bit of contact, was able to shake and bake and finesse his way for a first down. You've got to give respect where it's due. That was a good play.
We say hi to Simeon in Broken Bow, Oklahoma. And, of course, the president of the chat, that is Crystal. We always love seeing Miss Jernigan in there. And you will have 3 receivers here to the right side. 7:49 left to go in this second quarter. And it'll be QB run game again, up the gut. And what a run it was from Blair.
And number 1 went into motion to give a block for the quarterback to run there, and he got up kind of slow. I think that he's thinking, Coach, please don't make me do that again. I mean, that looked like it hurt.
El Dorado's defensive front, number 45, Winston Williams, has played one whale of a game. Number 99, Gavin Briggs, only a sophomore, a big boy up the middle. Let's see what El Dorado does here. They blitz both edges, and they're able to break a few tackles. Oh, and he's down the sideline. Batavion Brown sucks him up, but not after a gain all the way down to the El Dorado 3-yard line. What a run from number 1, Evan Scott.
Yeah, and how long? They were at the 41 all the way down to the 3. That's a long run for him there, and I don't have the capability to do the math fast enough.
No, it's all good. El Dorado brought both edge players off the corner there, and when you do that, it does open up big chunks on the back end. So give Little Rock a lot of credit. An aggressive call from Wes Abels, and now Little Rock is knocking on the doorstep here. And it'll be Blair up the gut. And he is stuffed. Ooh. What a play from El Dorado's middle. Quite a few Wildcats in there. Briggs, number 99, alongside the birthday boy, Ja'Cory Lumsey, who turned 18 yesterday. Great play there from number 1. 6:31 left to go. El Dorado up 21-10.
He tried to go up the middle, turned with his back towards the defense, and tried to shove his way through, and then they folded him.
Yes. Wildcat football, thanks to all our partners. This is what you live for in the red zone.
Last time we saw this, they ran to the right.
Phillips Blair to the right, tries to bounce it. Phillips Blair, can he get to the pylon? And he will. Touchdown Rockets. It's now a 21-16 game with 6:03 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, Carter, as I said right before the snap went off, last time they lined up in that formation, they did exactly what they did just then. They actually ran to the right instead of to the left side where they had everybody loaded up. A little misdirection there, and that's, like you said, going to make it a touchdown for them. It's 21-16, barring this extra point that will come to maybe make it 21-17.
Kick is up, and it's good.
So that'll make it 21-17. Wildcats still take the lead by 4 with 6:03 left in the first half here. We'll be right back after a quick break at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Whether it's protecting families from the predators in nature to helping food taste better and last longer naturally, or just making sure the local ball field is at its best, Lanxess is involved in our everyday lives. With more than 450 employees locally and more than $32 million in payroll each year, Lanxess is doing their part to be a good neighbor and leader in South Arkansas. With that in mind, remember to call before you dig. Know what's below. In Arkansas, it's the law and it's a free service. Call 811 before you dig. This brought to you by Lanxess. Did you know that if your home air conditioning unit is already running and you turn the thermostat down to try to make it cooler in the house, you could be doing more harm than good? This is why you call Dison Service Company the experts of home comfort solutions. That's another way of saying Dison Service Company helps make your home a place of comfort and relaxation. Call Dison Service Company today, 862-0409.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Get ready for another equipment share kickoff here.
And it is Squibb. And Bronson Brock has a chance to make magic again. Brock to the left side, cuts up the middle, and this time he'll be stopped just short of the El Dorado 20.
Right at about the same spot that he was able to get to last time. So about the 17, 18-yard line. Let's see exactly where they put the ball at. But that's going to leave 5:57 left in the first half. The Wildcats are up by 4 here. And I expect them to run the ball a lot here, try and run some time off of the clock, and get one more score in before they ultimately have to kick the ball off to Little Rock Catholic in the second half.
Catholic will get the ball to start the third quarter. So like you said, Jax, this could be one of those 4-minute grind-it-out types of drives with 5:57 left to go in this first quarter. Jacobs back to pass. There he is. Gavin has it. And he'll pick up a huge chunk of yards all the way to the El Dorado 45. Oh, and they're going to throw a flag. I don't like that. Number 10, El Dorado. We brought him up before the game. Paxton Strong. I called him Gavin for whatever reason. He makes a big catch. These kids are just showing emotion, Jax. It didn't look like he was doing any kind of taunting, but they're going to mark back 15 yards here on the Wildcats.
You know, Carter, by the rule book, that is a correct call. But let the kids play.
Yes.
You see Travis Kelce, you see Patrick Mahomes, you see everybody on Saturdays and Sundays celebrating their wins, their big plays, and then you've got kids out here playing the game, and they're not allowed to celebrate. I mean, that was a simple point forward. He didn't even point at anybody specifically. Let the kids play.
There are more receivers who point forward for first downs that don't when they actually pick them up. So, once again, Paxton Strong, we shouted him out before the game, and JJ will get this carry, and he'll be stuffed.
Yeah, that's going to get right back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to make it second and long, about 2nd and 10. And it looks like the play clock's working this week, Carter.
Yeah, there we go. This is one heck of a facility here at Memorial Stadium. Very blessed to have it. One of the few facilities that's actually not on a high school campus here in the state of Arkansas. Jacobs back to pass. He'll roll out, and he'll just throw it away. And it'll set up 3rd and about 10.
Smart play by Jacobs there. Catholic was able to get the pressure back there. He rolled out to the side, didn't see any options, and just got rid of it to avoid taking a sack. He didn't see an alley to run through, so smart play there by Cannon.
Tonight's broadcast being produced by Sandy Sanford and Grant Merrill. On-site producers, Brittany Hayes and Peyton Tolbert. His name is Jax Sanford. My name is Carter, the Power Bryant. We appreciate you being with us tonight. 3rd and long for El Dorado. Throw over the middle, and there he is again. There goes that man, number 10, Paxton Strong, picking up yet another critical Glenn Mechanical first down.
And he got up like it was business as usual this time, which really, I don't want to see that. I want to see him full of emotion. I want to see him happy. And now it's just, all right, I made a big play, and let the kids play.
Yes, these kids are not robots. They have emotions. They have livelihoods. El Dorado back to pass again. Jacobs throws it deep on the wheel. It's Christian Williams down the sideline. Oh, he's still on his feet. Christian Williams. What a play call from Chris Hill, setting up the wheel to Williams, and it's a huge gain down to the Catholic 13-yard line.
We're going to start calling him a Neo. That is Neo right there. The way he had those moves, able to keep himself up, even in the face of danger. And Little Rock Catholic's going to call a timeout. Looks like they also have somebody injured down on the field. Training staff is headed out there now. And
I think it's just an injury timeout.
No, they said they were taking their first timeout. So we're going to take a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
At the Karl Malone family of dealerships, Ford El Dorado, Chevy El Dorado, Toyota El Dorado, and Karl Malone Toyota of Ruston, the mailman always delivers. With over 200 brand new vehicles and over 150 quality pre-owned options, you're sure to find the perfect ride. Looking to sell? We'll buy your vehicle, paid on the spot. 4 dealerships, one name you can trust, Karl Malone. Because when it comes to great deals, the mailman delivers.
To Memorial Stadium, where the Wildcats lead 21-17.
And Cannon Jacobs will take the snap. It is JJ up the gut. JJ Samuel, truck stick all the way down to the Rockets' 2-yard line. What a run from the All-State senior.
Power. I mean, that guy, JJ, golly, that's like having Darth Vader turn on his red lightsaber, seeing him run at you.
Cannon back to JJ, and he will score. El Dorado now takes a 27-17 lead.
And we got to see there that Cannon did a little bit of a celebration, no flag, so glad they're letting the kids play. So that's going to make it 27-17, barring this extra point, with 3:49 left in the first half to play.
Big thanks yet again to our friends at the Murphy Arts District. Ticketed events. Make sure you check them out. ELDOMAD.com. Extra point is up, and it is good.
And it looks like we'll take another quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Give me more than rings in Arkansas, make some noise right now. You got
What an amazing place they've built right here in your town.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the score is 28-17. Wildcats take the lead. 3:49 left in the half. Get your project kicked off right with Equipment Share. 800 Strong Avenue, 1320 Molinard Park Avenue. Carter, we've got some people asking if we can show the band show during the halftime show. Guys, we don't have a way to get good audio, but we will look and see what we can do about it, but no promises are going to be made here. We will see what we can do about showing the band halftime show, but no promises.
Plus, all that licensing stuff coming from a YouTuber. That dude, YouTube will cut off anything, and you get a squib kick here. It is bounced way up in the air. That's actually a really good catch from Little Rock Catholic's number 84, Max McNulty. He just sounds like a smart kid. I know Max makes straight A's. That's a good play right there from 84.
All right, and I was informed by the producer that we are not able to show the halftime show, y'all. I am so sorry about that, but it is a copyright issue.
Yes.
But make sure you catch the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show when we come back at halftime, as Carter and I break down the game and discuss what adjustments might need to be made on both sides of the ball.
Number 12, Phillips Blair, has been a superstar tonight for Little Rock Catholic. He's back to pass again. And this time he gets brought down. What a sack. It looks like that was number 5, Bratavion Brown, on a blitz. Or was it 1? No, it's number 1, the birthday boy, Ja'Cory Lumsey. What a play from the biggest hitter on this team.
Again, not somebody that I want to take a hit from. Again, when the Wildcats played against the Camden Fairview Cardinals, he had some large hits where you felt shockwaves in the stadium.
Yes. 3:15 left to go. El Dorado up 28-17. Play action fake here. It's a screen to the left side. And what a tackle again. Number 1, Ja'Cory Lumsey is able to race down number 1, Evan Scott. And it'll set up 3rd and about 10 for the Rockets.
That's going to put the ball on the 26-yard line here and in Catholic territory. And one thing that the Wildcats were able to do is avoid blockers and get in there for the tackle.
Trips to the right here. Hard play action fake, trying to draw an offsides. 2:36 left to go. 22 seconds left on the play clock. Catholic has fought back into this game, and El Dorado has responded, keeping this lead at double digits. Here's the snap, play action fake. The throw is up, and what a throw and catch. It is yet again number 3, Ben Gassaway, for a huge gain.
Oh, and they're going to give Catholic a very favorable position here. They're going to put him down at the 37-yard line. That's going to put it, 37-yard line. That's going to be 1st and 10 for the Rockets here. With 2 minutes and 9 seconds left to go in the half, the clock is rolling.
Number 13, Jaravian Williams, he was beat, but also made a really good tackle right there. It's okay if you get beat as long as you bring him down. Number 12, Phillips Blair. Once again, only completing 33% of his passes coming into this game. He has been fantastic tonight. Makes a few checks at the line of scrimmage here. Blair takes the snap. It's a QB run to the right side. And he gets stretched out and brought down. That is number 5, Bratavion Brown, son of Caltavius Brown, the El Dorado Wildcat legend. Used to wear number 37. What a play. And what great athletic lineage.
They're going to only give them a loss of about 2 or 3 there. And that's going to make it 2nd and 12.
And here we go. Number 3, Gassaway. Looks a little gassed out there, but he is their star receiver. Roll out here to the right side. Blair throws it, and it's caught again by Gassaway. And he's still on his feet to the 30-yard line. For some reason, decided to stay in bounds. Now the coach will call a timeout. Richard Cochran running to the officials, and he'll set up 3rd and medium here.
That's going to be Catholic's 2nd called timeout. That means they're only going to have 1 left here. 50 seconds left in the half, and they've still got 30 yards to go downfield before they can score. So you really hate a player to not have that awareness, if you're the coach for Catholic, not have that awareness to get out of bounds and go ahead and save time on the clock, save a timeout, instead of trying to fight for maybe those extra few yards.
I think the story of this first half here, I'm not really shocked that El Dorado is a good team. We would expect El Dorado to have about a 10-point lead. But watching Little Rock Catholic actually generate a passing offense is a shock, right? This was not one of their strengths. So I give Catholic a lot of credit. El Dorado this week was expecting a lot of QB run game. They have shut that down. But it looks as if they have found something with Phillips Blair at quarterback. And what's interesting, Jax, is number 10, Hunter Markham, who's now a receiver. He's also played quarterback. So it looks as if Catholic has found their guy.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just about finding the right matchups. When you've got a team like Catholic who runs that dual quarterback system, maybe one just gives you a better look against the Wildcat defense than the other, or maybe they are going to switch it up after the half. You just don't know.
Here we go. Blair takes the snap. He's going to keep it, and he will be stuffed. And it's going to be interesting if Little Rock decides to call a timeout. No, it's 4th and short. 46 seconds left to go. Little Rock Catholic needs to hurry up here. I wonder what Richard Cochran is doing. Clock is tick, 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 and now he finally decides to take a timeout. And Jax, this is a difficult decision. They've already had a kicker make a kick from roughly this distance. It was a little bit closer. So if you kick a field goal, which is a long field goal, it would cut it to a 1-possession game, and Catholic would get the ball back first in the 3rd quarter.
The conservative play here, I think, Carter, would be to try and kick the field goal. I mean, you've got a kicker who has a decent leg. You've got a special teams unit that has done pretty well on the field goal on the year. And so we'll see. We'll see what they ultimately wind up going for. And they could pull a Dan Campbell and just go for it and see if they can make something happen. But it looks like the special teams unit is getting called out to the huddle.
It's either the special teams unit or it looks like the heavy set unit. A few defensive players. Number 20, Luke Burdine, is out there for the first time on offense. And number 43, Riley Cummins. So Little Rock Catholic in their heavy personnel. old school look. It'll be a handoff. Blair up the gut. Will he have enough? The pile keeps pushing forward. It keeps pushing forward, and we finally get a whistle. It depends on the spot.
They're going to mark it short. They're going to mark it short.
Are they going to mark him short? Are we going the other way with this? Depends on what the White Hat wants to do. And it will be El Dorado Wildcat Football. What a stop, Jax, at the end of the half.
Carter, one of the things that we said coming into the game was that the Wildcats are definitely the more physical team. They tried to bring their heavy unit out and power through the Wildcat defense, and I feel like some guys maybe like Bratavian Brown, Ja'Cory Lumsey had something to say about that and just didn't allow them through. So now we're seeing the Wildcat offense back out on the field, and wonder if they'll just run the timeout or if they're going to try and score here.
So remember earlier this year, they elected to be aggressive versus Camden, and they threw a pick six. So it looks as if they will play it conservative. That's a good call right there by Chris Hill, Jax.
And so that's just going to allow the clock to roll into halftime. And, yeah, there's definitely enough time. So it'll just go to halftime after this. And so join us after we come back from a break for the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show.
Oh, I'm excited for this halftime show. Very interesting fact about the Rockets nickname coming up. So we are really excited about this halftime show with El Dorado up at the half, 28-17.
And join us when we come back for the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show, where there's just one room or the whole house. El Dorado Custom Carpets has been covering the floors of homes in South Arkansas for nearly 50 years. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Serving South Arkansas for 25 years, and all the while expanding and growing throughout the state. Promed Ambulance is proving their motto of world-class care and hometown values. For example, their new mobile integrated healthcare communication center. This state-of-the-art facility allows communication specialists to work directly with local 911 call centers to ensure the closest medical team is always dispatched to any emergency. World-class care and hometown values. For more information and career opportunities, go to PromedAmbulance.com.
LSB Industries is committed to playing a leadership role in the production of low and no carbon products that build, feed, and power the world. Our El Dorado carbon capture and sequestration project is helping the company reduce its carbon footprint while enabling us to provide our customers with low carbon products.
Non-stop phone calls, registered mail, repossessions, or threats of lawsuits from creditors, and it seems like no one is willing to let you hit pause and just catch your breath. You need the help of Robert Rushing and the Rushing Law Firm. Bankruptcy is not the end. It can be a chance for a fresh start. The Rushing Law Firm goes to work for you, letting you hit that pause button and start over. Call the Rushing Law Firm today at 870-875-2940 or stop by the office at 725 Northwest Avenue in El Dorado. The Rushing Law Firm.
You're tough, determined to take challenges head on. But when cancer strikes, you'll need more than strength. You'll need the right care. We provide the tools you need to fight and the compassionate care you need to keep going. Every step of the way. Carti. We're with you.
Stadium, where the Wildcats lead the Little Rock Catholic Rockets 28-17, a lead of 11, while we're at halftime for the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show. And guys, my partner Carter Bryant has taken a moment to get some things for the rest of the crew, and shout out to him. Thank you, Carter the Power Bryant, for helping take care of the rest of the crew, and to Peyton Talbert. Thank you for helping take care of the rest of the crew. And we just want to say a huge shout out to our sponsors tonight, allowing something like this to happen. We are just so thankful for you allowing us to provide you a Wildcat football coverage. And so one of the main things that we can take away going into halftime from this game is that the Wildcat offense has been dominant on the run. J.J. Samuel has been absolutely unstoppable as he powers through the offensive line. The offensive line has done a fantastic job of opening up the gaps and pushing downfield. And I'm waiting on some official stats from the producer back home or back in the studio, but we do know that in the first quarter, the Wildcats did rush for over 100 yards. They had possession most of the first quarter, and so far they have 25 rushes for 127 yards. And then there have been a few explosive plays. One was brought back because of a taunting penalty on Paxton Strong that, again, I believe just let the kids play, but my opinion means nothing, y'all. And then another explosive play shortly after by Paxton Strong, and that's going to bring Cannon Jacobs to 7 for 8 on passing with 108 passing yards. El Dorado has 45 yards in penalties, though, and they are +1 in the turnover battle right now. Another huge thing that helped the Wildcats have the lead that they have now is the kickoff that was bobbled by the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. That is a mouthful, people. Little Rock Catholic Rockets. Say it from home 7 times really fast. If you didn't do it without messing up, put it in the comments. Let me know you're better than me. And I see Carter coming back up the stairs. We'll give him a minute to catch his breath. Y'all, those stairs at Memorial Stadium, although this is a wonderful, beautiful facility, are no joke. And so we see the Wildcats just dominating over Little Rock Catholic. They have 14 rushes, Little Rock Catholic Rockets do, for 72 yards. They are 9 for 13 passing, though, with 133 yards. They have 45 yards in penalties as well, and they are -1 in the turnover battle. And so Carter is making his way back over here. But I do want to point out that this is a high power, high level of physicality defense from El Dorado. And one of the big questions, Carter, I'll ask you, is the Little Rock Catholic offense going to be able to keep up with the physicality level of the Wildcat defense?
Well, it was interesting. So I spoke to a few parents when I went down there for a little break here. They were frustrated with how the end of that half was actually handled. They decided to not throw the football. They had actually had some success, and honestly, you have to give the El Dorado offensive and defensive lines a lot of credit. They have generated pressure, but number 12, I have been really impressed with Phillips Blair tonight. I know you do a lot of film study. He had not put this on tape, so the El Dorado coaching staff is probably a little shocked at how good this Catholic passing attack has been. So I do expect Wes Abels and this defensive staff to make some adjustments here to prevent those explosive plays hitting down the field.
Yeah, Carter, and, we don't have a very big sample size to go off of so far this season, but I really think that Coach Hill and the Wildcats this season are a second-half team.
Yeah.
They're a team that's able to go in and, you talk to coaches, and one of their least favorite words is actually adjustments, because they already have a game plan. It's just about which one they're going to use. So how are they going to tweak their game plan? What are they going to do defensively to keep oh man, I just lost his name.
No, to keep them contained.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you just got to stop the explosive plays. One of the plays was a trick play. They'll be prepared for it the next time. And then obviously there was a few other explosives hit. This Little Rock Catholic team has a surprising amount of speed on the outside. So what I would do defensively is shift to more of a quarters look. Play off the receivers. Don't let them get behind you. That goes against Wes Abel's mantra of being more aggressive. So I do think El Dorado will play a little bit more conservatively defensively and force Catholic to run the football. That's something that they have not been able to do tonight, Jax. And you look at the offensive side of the football, you had that one really shaky penalty by Paxton Strong. But outside of that, the El Dorado offense has looked fine. They haven't been as sharp as they were versus Texarkana. But for me, the play of the half was number 9, Bronson Brock. Not the primary kickoff returner.
No. Taking
it to the hizzy for a Murphy Arts District touchdown.
And the thing is he caught that ball at about the 8-yard line. That was a 92-yard return. And with it being 92 yards, he actually ran about 177 or something like that because he started out midfield and had to wiggle and raggle all the way through the special teams unit, make it to the sideline where he was able to burn it. And again, I'm still not sure if his feet were on fire. He was running so fast.
And it's amazing how much athleticism is on the field for El Dorado. And a lot of these kids are young. Number 4, Christian Williams, had the big catch on the wheel route, which eventually led to a touchdown for El Dorado. So, for me, El Dorado played well in this first half. The only thing is those explosive plays have actually kept Little Rock Christian in this game. Now, Jax, this is what's very interesting. We're going to have the coverage for you on SouthArkansasNow.com. Just a quick prediction from you. Can Arkansas win the Lou Holtz Bowl in the morning versus the Golden Domers of Notre Dame?
Oh, see, I was not expecting the Arkansas question here because I made a bold prediction before last week's game that the Wildcats would win by more than 2 touchdowns, and well, they did.
Yeah, you're right.
But as far as Arkansas goes against Notre Dame, they've kept moving the line back and forth. They don't know where to set it.
Yeah.
I think that Notre Dame is scared of the Razorbacks.
Yes.
I think that the Razorbacks could come in and win it
No.
6.5 or more.
I could see it. I mean, look, you have a Catholic school in El Dorado tonight, and you'll have a Catholic school tomorrow morning in Northwest Arkansas. Really excited to see Taylor Green's growth, and we'll have coverage for you tomorrow on South Arkansas Now. A good way you could support South Arkansas Now is by sharing the stories on Facebook. It is so hard to do local media coverage, and this is boots on the ground South Arkansas coverage from a litany of people led by Sandy Sanford, also you, Jax, and Grant Merrill doing some great writing as well. So don't forget, outside of this, I know we are a football-crazed county here in Union County. There's not a county in Arkansas that cares more about pigskin than Union County. Please share all of our stories. SouthArkansasNow.com. It's free. It's free.
Yeah, guys, it's free news. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, follow. Send it to your brother, cousin, sister, Indiana, Nepal. It doesn't matter. We're going to take a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com, and when we come back, we'll continue the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show.
At Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, we've got the biggest selection of ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles ready to ride today. Take advantage of special financing, unbeatable trade-in values, and service you can trust to keep you on the trails. Whether it's work, play, or pure adrenaline, we've got the machine to fit your lifestyle. Karl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, where selection, savings, and service all deliver. Come see us today.
Buying this boat was a total no-brainer.
Okay, I get it. You say no-brainer and the guy with no brain shows up.
I'm sorry, we met our new boat.
For a new boat? You don't call me. You call State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is...
There?
I was gonna say that.
He's right. Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage for your new boat and your RV. It's kind of a no-brainer. Easy decision.
All right.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Located on 1,400 acres amidst Union County's scenic timberlands, LSB Industries' largest manufacturing facility and its employees have been a part of the El Dorado community for more than 40 years. Working together as one team, we are proud to call El Dorado home.
More product than ever in the store history. That's what's happening at Union Kennel and Farm Supply. A huge sale is going on right now, including 50-pound bags of deer corn, only $6.50 per bag. 50-pound bags of rice bran, marked $1 off. No one, absolutely no one, has a better selection of small animals, birds, reptiles, saltwater and freshwater fish than Union Kennel and Farm Supply. 1100 West Hillsboro in El Dorado. Or call 870-864-9229.
All right, and welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Wildcats lead over Little Rock Catholic Rockets, 28-17. We've still got about 8 minutes until we get ready to kick off the second half. And really quick, I want to say a huge shout out to our pals over at El Dorado Custom Carpets. They have been doing floors in South Arkansas for nearly 50 years. Whether it's just one room or the whole house, if you're looking to turn it over, give it to El Dorado Custom Carpets. Also, want to just do a huge shout out also to Ryan Collins over in the Facebook stream. We see that you are watching your nephew or you put uncle in quotation marks, but we see that we are watching Cannon all the way from Phoenix. Thank you so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. And Carter, as we get ready to come back to this half, what do you anticipate that you'll see from the Wildcat offense after what you've seen from the first half?
Yeah, I expect a lot of number 6, JJ. He has been fantastic. You can also see number 28, Jeremiah Warner, who has been a good change of pace. He had a few good carries early in this half, so I expect to see 28 get involved as well. And honestly, a player who's flying way under the radar, I've mentioned him in every broadcast, but I want to once again shout out his dad, who I work out with from time to time. Number 55, Pearson Cranford, has been a fantastic offensive lineman this year for El Dorado. The MVP of the first half for me was that El Dorado offensive line. They were fantabulous, and hopefully that continues in the second half because, look, El Dorado's off a bye week. Little Rock Catholic, this is a back-to-back road game scenario. So can those legs hold up? It's hard to go back-to-back in the game of football. So we'll see if the Wildcats can ground and pound their way to a victory.
Well, you know, Carter, one thing that Coach Carl and I talked about the offensive line on Tuesday on 5th and Goal, live from Mystic Creek at the Mystic Grill. Tune in 6 p.m. on Tuesdays for that, y'all, hosted by yours truly, Jax Sanford. And one of the things that he talked about was just making sure, like we talked about also in the keys to the game, that every guy knows their assignment, knows where they're supposed to be on every single play, on every single scenario. And what we saw in the first half, on the very first drive, we saw countless perfect executions of that offensive line, perfect pulls, perfect pushes, and creating space and gaps for JJ to run through and pick up significant chunks of yardage every time he touched the ball just about.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't get running backs like this every year, and El Dorado's been very lucky that JJ has been phenomenal. And also, we got to shout him out again. You only turn 18 once, and Ja'Cory Lumsey, number 1, he turned 18 yesterday. A big birthday celebration of big hits in the first half from number 1. I know he's growing into being one of your favorite Wildcat players. He was all over the field in this first half.
Well, you're right. He has grown into being one of my favorite players, and you can ask all of my friends and coworkers who I talk about the most when I start talking about the Wildcats, and that is Ja'Cory Lumsey. That man, he's 18.
Yeah.
That man knows how to put somebody on the ground, and I just love that level of physicality that he brings to the entire Wildcat defense as a captain and as one of the top-tier performers on the defense. He elevates the entire team just that much more.
And one thing that is very underrated about El Dorado's football program is that these kids have been playing tackle football for a long time together. And sometimes growing up, you know, the teams get split up, but they all practice together. This really means something to these kids where, you know, with Little Rock schools, I'm not saying this is the case with Catholic, I really don't know, but kids do have a tendency to bounce from school to school. Now, that really is the case for the school that Little Rock Catholic played last week, but honestly, this El Dorado community has really rallied around this team after 2 consecutive blowout victories, and this crowd tonight is absolutely massive here. You know, I think that this team, if they're able to hold on and get their first conference victory of the season, I do think if things were to bounce their way, Jax, we could see this team in Little Rock when it really counts.
This team has all the makings of a state championship team. You've got a powerful set of running backs. You've got a strong offensive line. You've got a quarterback that very rarely makes poor decisions. It's just that when the decisions do go poorly, it usually ends up in a turnover. However, if you can clean that up, you've got all the power, you've got all the makings of an offense that can make it to a state championship. And then do I need to waste my breath on talking just that much more about how good this Wildcat defense is?
Yeah,
do you want me to?
No, they're good. And honestly, they need to tighten it up. I know this defense is going to come out kind of angry at themselves for giving up those big passing plays. But honestly, in the trenches, they have dominated.
And so we've got 2:15 left until we're getting ready to come back out for halftime or for the second half. So we're going to take another quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Homes are typically heated or cooled 24/7, 365, using nearly half of all home energy. That new stainless steel refrigerator may look cool, but upgrading to the quietest and most efficient HVAC system can have much greater rewards. Choose a system with a Wi-Fi-enabled thermostat, so the most important appliance in the house is also the smartest, allowing you to set the perfect comfort level from anywhere. Presented by Lennox. Learn what perfect feels like at Lennox.com.
Bad things happen, and of course, they never happen at the right time. Maybe it's just a little bump and cosmetic damage, or it's turned into a huge insurance claim, and you just don't know where to go next. That's why so many of your neighbors and friends call on Cook's Body Shop in El Dorado. From the minor to the major, Cook's Body Shop is in your corner. Need someone to help you deal with insurance? Look to Cook's. Need advice on what to do next? Look to Cook's. Need a free estimate? Look to Cook's. Bad things are going to happen, and when they do, look to Cook's.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where we've got about 2 minutes and 40 seconds until we get ready to kick off the second half as Carter and I get ready to finish up the El Dorado Custom Carpets halftime show. And Carter, one last thing that I really want to talk about before we come back for the half is what to look forward to for the rest of, or for the remainder of the Wildcats schedule. So next week, you and I've got a road trip. And so do the Wildcats, I guess.
Sandy, call all your sources out there. I need a helicopter ride to Marion. It is going to be a trip. I'm actually looking forward to the road trip. Actually, I haven't asked you yet. Can I ride with you?
If you're okay with riding in the bed of the Tacoma.
I'm down.
All right. It's only 4.5 hours.
Yeah, no, I'll ride in the Tacoma. Wait, I might not have a ride. Who am I rolling with?
No, you'll roll with me, Carter. You'll roll with me. We just can't talk at all. We can't waste it. We can't waste it.
You got to save the voices.
So we got to save it for the game. So
yes.
No talking.
I get paid to talk, so I don't mind like resting the vocal cords.
Got to save the gold, baby.
And here's the thing about Marion. Last year, one of the highest ranked football recruits ever in the state of Arkansas, Carius Kern, no longer with the program. And it's amazing. He's now a freshman at LSU. He's probably going to play tomorrow versus Ole Miss. Thank goodness he's not playing next week. He was a tough guy to run around for the El Dorado defense. So I'm really excited to see what this Marion team's going to do. And I'm excited to see what El Dorado's going to do here in this second half.
Well, Carter, that really reminds me of back in the Scott Reed days when Bijan Jackson played for the Wildcats. You'd have offensive lines double and triple teaming him every play.
Unreal.
And when you've got somebody who takes up that much attention, it just opens the door for everybody else.
Yeah, and there have been some, and you normally don't think of Arkansas as like big body types here. I remember my classmate, Hayes Anthony, going up against Fred Bledsoe, one of the best Arkansas defensive linemen ever. He went on to play high-level college football as well. There have just been so many players that have played on this turf here at El Dorado. Some not just in high school, but collegiate players in the Murphy USA Classic. Tanner Hudson, tight end of the Cincinnati Bengals, won a Super Bowl with that Tom Brady Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. He played for the Mule Riders on this turf right here. So this is a beauty of Wildcat football. There are so many talented players that walk between the white lines. Just last week or 2 weeks ago, we had Dennis Johnson coaching for Texarkana. He went on to be an Arkansas great running back and played with the Houston Texans as well. So you have seen some future collegiate players, Jax, including our future collegian, number 6, Jeremy J.J. Samuel.
Yeah, and actually, speaking of JJ, he's got a family member from Dallas who I just don't feel comfortable in my ability to say the name without butchering it.
Oh, what is it? Let me see.
There we go, right there.
Nkosi Muhammad.
Okay, see, and that's not where I was going with that. So thank you. I hope that you got that right, Carter.
What were you going to do?
Just watching all the way from Dallas.
No, what were you going to say? Give it your best shot. I don't think Nkosi will mind.
I don't want to look like a buffoon, and I'm real good at doing that.
Well, I might be wrong. You have me out here on a limb. So Nkosi, let us know if I butchered your name. It's a great name regardless. It's Nakosie. We check it on the YouTube chat. Of course, Crystal, she's the president of the YouTube chat. Shout out to you, Crystal Jernigan. We also have Drew Claw watching, Nicole watching, Tommy, who is all the way back from those Rodgers-Rams days. Maggie Davis also in the chat, so welcome.
And as they're getting ready to line up, welcome back to Memorial Stadium. The score is 28-17. Wildcats have the lead. No matter if it's a DIY project requiring specialty tools or a commercial project requiring heavy equipment, kick your project off with Equipment Share.
We have a squibber, and it'll be at the 40-yard line. Finally, Little Rock Catholic cleanly returns a kickoff. In the first half, there was a huge change of momentum when El Dorado was able to recover a fumbled kickoff for Little Rock. So number 12 has been the star, Phillips Blair, the 6'2" athletic star QB for the Rockets. One interesting fact, we teased this before the end of half, the Rockets also named by SAU Tech. We'll tell you more about that coming up after this snap. It is a jet sweep handoff to the left side, and it's the first big-time play tonight by number 19, Jaquavian Hampton Jax.
And Carter, I mean, he just came in there and clotheslined him and brought him down to the turf hard. And so that's going to set it up. 2nd and long. They've got the ball on the 37-yard line. Second and 13. 11:30 left to go in the the third quarter.
Trips right here. Once again, El Dorado, this defense coming out with a vengeance here. Back to pass is Blair. Almost picked off by number 1, Ja'Cory Lumsey. There was a massive hit, and Lumsey, lucky enough, was able to get up. He is limping just a bit, and it'll set up 3rd. And let's go 3 Creeks.
3rd and 3 Creeks. And Carter, one thing that I want to point out is that number 8, is that number 8 or number 6? I believe it's number 8 for the Rockets there. He was actually open on the Wildcat sideline just about if it would have been a well-placed ball. And so that's one thing that we're glad is that he's scared of this Wildcat defense.
Snap here. Blair back to pass, steps up into the pocket, will decide to run for it, and he will cut down the left sideline, and he's finally brought down by Marsavius, but it'll be enough for a Rockets first down.
And that's going to put the ball on the 41-yard line in Wildcat territory. That's going to be a first down for the Rockets. And that's going to put the clock in the third quarter just under 11 minutes to go. We still got the Wildcats leading 28-17. And the Rockets line back up.
One guy to keep an eye out for. He's been a little quiet. It's number 74, Robert Smith. Can he make a big play here? The handoff is to the right side. And Bertavion Brown finally brings him down after a loss of more than 10 yards here, Jax. What a play.
Yeah, that's going to be a 12-yard loss. That's going to put the ball on the 49-yard line, and that's going to put them back in Catholic territory. Carter, it's 2nd and Dallas.
Are you going Dallas?
2nd and Dallas. Shout out, I'll try it here, Nkosi.
Nkosi! Let's go, Nkosi. All right, so this is interesting. Those jet sweep handoffs, El Dorado's done a better job defending it. You get motion here from Gassaway, and it's a screen to the left side. They try to set it up, and it's dropped. What a play from Marsavius Ishmael. He had it blown up. Evan Scott, they had the blockers out front. A huge drop right there for the Rockets. And Jax, there's not a whole lot of good plays when it's 3rd
and 20.
Well, I was trying to think of what would be a good let's go 3rd and Sherwood for our Little Rock listeners. How about that? I'll tell you this.
Sherwood was always real good at Little League baseball.
For whatever reason. You are totally right about that. That's a great pull right there, Jax. You love to hear it. Speaking of baseball, great baseball town, El Dorado. Trips right here. And it's a quick out. And Marsavius Ishmael says, no, sir.
And Carter, we haven't really gotten to call his number too many times tonight. They've gone to his side of the field, but they've only targeted receivers when he's not directly right there. And so went for it right there, overthrew the receiver. I think that quarterback knows that Marsavius is dangerous if you leave it where he can get it.
Yeah, it was a jittery throw. El Dorado is very lucky to have a shutdown corner. It allows you to do so much defensively. Back to punt for the first time tonight is number 19, Boyd Burnett. Punt is blasted. And it'll be fielded by Hammett. It was dangerous. And he will be brought down immediately with the Wildcats taking over on their own 12-yard line, up by 11 with 9:42 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and they're going to spot the ball on the left hash mark for the Wildcats on the Wildcat sideline. And it's 28-17. You've got a offense that hasn't been on the field yet this quarter. You've got some rested offensive linemen. I expect to see a long drive from the Wildcats here, a lot of runs for good chunks of yardage.
Number 8, Cannon Jacobs, has been so far so good tonight. 1 interception. That was off a deflected pass. Outside of that, he's been near perfect. And it is a handoff here to JJ. He bounces it to the right side. Took a big shot, but he does pick up a nice gain here on 1st.
Yeah, and they're going to put the ball at about the 13-yard line for the Wildcats. That's going to be a gain of 4 and make it 2nd and 6. 9:22 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
All right, I got an LSB trivia question here. We mentioned the SAU Tech Rockets. Can you in the chat name the mascot of the dominant community college here in Union County, Arkansas? Let us know in the chat. It's a zone read pull right here. Cannon Jacobs gets it out into the flat. That is number 10, Paxton Strong, who's had a big game tonight. That's his 3rd catch, and it'll set up 3rd and medium.
Yeah, that was a gain of 2, set up 3rd and 4 for the Wildcats here. And they were able to wrap Paxton up and swing him around and out of bounds.
Big 3rd down here.
Catholic crowd coming alive.
Will Little Rock get aggressive here? Jacobs changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Cannon back to pass. Makes a good throw down the middle to Bronson Brock.
Oh my gosh!
And he has it to the 30. Cuts back. Bronson Brock cuts back again. He's down to the Little Rock 25-yard line. Number 9 for the 2nd time tonight flips some momentum, and El Dorado with 8:09 left to go in this 3rd quarter will have the ball deep in Rockets territory.
Cannon Jacobs completes a 60-yard pass for the Wildcats from their own 15, now down to the Rockets 25-yard line, and wow, it almost took the air out of this side of the stadium, Carter. We're from the visitor sideline tonight, and it has gotten quiet just now.
I would be shocked if you could find a Cannon Jacobs throw better than that one. Hit him right in stride.
Bread box.
The QB play tonight has been unbelievable. JJ on the counter to the left side. JJ powers through, and JJ scores!
Man, Carter, I told you that the Wildcats were going to power through a very tired Little Rock Catholic Rockets defense here. So now that's going to make it 34-17. Wildcats are going to go for the PAT here in just a minute. They've already got the kicking unit getting out on the field, possibly to make it 35-17 with 7:27 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Golly, J.J. Samuel, what a guy.
It just doesn't get much better than number 6 for the El Dorado Wildcats. 7:27 left to go. The extra point is up, and it's good. Wildcats up 35-17 with 7:27 left to go in the third.
With a 91-yard drive, we're going to take it to a quick break with a word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Hitting a buck to hang on the wall rarely happens by accident. It starts with preparation, takes some skill, and often even a little luck. Country Village Sporting Goods is your headquarters for all three. Right now, check out a brand new shipment of feeders, so new that they're still pulling them out of the boxes. A huge selection of lacrosse boots and plenty of warm weather camo for that early season hunt. And of course, bow hunters can't go wrong with the sales and service at Country Village Sporting Goods, 965 Smackover Highway in El Dorado.
To protecting your home or business, trust the name that's been serving South Arkansas for 3 generations, Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. From residential roofs to large commercial projects, the experienced team at Cross delivers quality you can see and reliability you can count on. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal, built on trust, proven by results. Call Cross Roofing today. Put a solid future over your head.
And it is squibbed right here, and the Rockets will take over in good field position. Keontae Larry, the special teams coach, was not pleased there. And I don't blame him. I mean,
Okay, and we are back. Sorry about that. Y'all had some technical difficulties. However, it is now going to be...
Yeah, it was a pass interference penalty on El Dorado. It'll be enough for a first down. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You didn't miss anything exciting. There was a few good run stuffs on the first couple of downs, and it was a third down throw over the deep middle. And Jax, if there was one thing about El Dorado tonight, that .edu. Take your career to the next level, southark.edu, a great community college here in South Arkansas. So, the Rockets are South Ark's rivals, the SAU Tech Rockets, and tonight we have the Little Rock Catholic Rockets here, and it is a run up the middle. Jervalen Jr. with a big hit. You also have number 7 Hammett in there as well, but not after a gain of a couple.
And so that's going to put it at 2nd and about 5 for the Rockets. And again, you just see the Wildcat defense being physical. 2, 3 of them making the tackle and shoving anybody they tackled down to the ground.
Here we go. The Rockets, a heavier personnel here. And it's a run up the gut, and it's a good tackle. The best defensive player tonight, number 15, Jalen Dunn, has also made a good few tackles on special teams as well.
Yeah, and one of the big things that Coach Abels talked about a couple of weeks ago when he was on 5th and Goal live from Mystic Creek Tuesdays at 6 p.m., he talked about how the Wildcats practice tackle drills every day. He says it's one of the fundamentals that's so important that sometimes will get overlooked for a hit stick, where it's just so much more important to wrap up. And even Lumsey, who hits as hard as he does, wraps up almost every single time.
Press man coverage on the outside here for El Dorado. It's a jet sweep handoff to the left side, and it'll be enough for a first down. Once again, on the handoff is Elliot Lovell. Wow. Little Rock Catholic, they are down by 18. They must score here, really, to keep this close. 4:43 left to go. The Wildcats offense clicking on all cylinders. The star tonight, Bronson Brock. Deep pass on the last drive for 60-plus yards. He also has a kickoff return for a touchdown. He's actually El Dorado's number 2 receiver, and he's been big tonight. It's a jet sweep. No, it's a keeper up the gut. Wow, what a run. It's number 12. Yet again, Phillips Blair with a nice gain here on first.
Yeah, Carter, they're going to give him about 6 yards there to make it 2nd and 4, putting the ball on the 15-yard line with 4 minutes left in the third quarter with the clock ticking down.
Friday Night Lights, you can't beat it. I know we have over 200 people watching on various platforms. I wish you could be in this broadcast booth tonight. It's a crisp crescent moon night in Union County. What a game between 2 legendary programs. It's a handoff again up the gut. And Phillips will have enough here for a first down.
And are they gonna give it to him? I'm waiting. It doesn't look like they're moving the chains. They're going to spot him just a little shy. That's going to make it 3rd and inches, 3rd and about 1 for the Rockets. And they've got the ball placed on the 12-yard line. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left to go in that quarter as the clock keeps ticking.
Here we go. I expect this to be the Phillips Blair show on a quarterback keeper, but we do have a flag. We have some motion on the Catholic offensive line.
And they are just sagging their heads low. They know they made a mistake. And now instead of 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, now they're looking at 3rd medium. Maybe they've got to go back and look at a different play because 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 6 have about a 5-yard difference, which is a lot to pick up on a 3rd down.
Number 77 for Little Rock has had a good game. That's Cameron Swift at right guard. And we'll see what Little Rock decides to do. And it will be a throw on the wheel route. And it's perfect. What a throw by Phillips to the backup quarterback, Hunter Markham. And he took that all the way to Markham Street for a touchdown. And with 2:46 left to go, the Rockets hang around down by 12.
Yeah, 2:46 left to go in the third quarter, barring this extra point to make it 35-24. Wildcats still hold the lead, but that was a nice touchdown pass from the Catholic Rockets.
Gotta give the Rockets passing attack a lot of credit, living up to their nickname. They have been explosive. Oh, it's a fake, and it's perfectly executed. Wow. Number 8, Guy Webb scores it. And believe it or not, the analytics actually back up going for 2 there. And the Rockets make it a 35-25 game with 2:46 left to go here in the third.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the name that's been serving South Arkansas for 3 generations, Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. From residential roofs to large commercial projects, the experienced team at Cross delivers quality you can see and reliability you can count on. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal, built on trust, proven by results. Call Cross Roofing today. Put a solid future over your head.
And when you're running these all these programs, a power strip won't power.
And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Wildcats lead 35-25, 2:46 left in the third quarter. Get ready for another Equipment Share kickoff with everything from pipe fitters to excavators. Get your project kicked off right with Equipment Share. Carter, the Rockets were able just to make an explosive play there on a critical down, and now they've cut the lead only to 10.
And the 2-point conversion try was perfectly executed. I got to give Richard Cochran a lot of credit. A great coached game tonight from both teams, and you get a squibber here. And Bronson Brock will get a chance. Brock has been so dangerous. He's got another shot here. Oh, and he just gets brought down. And I wish you guys could be here. There is an injured player on the field, number 20, Luke Burdine.
But he's getting up. However, Carter, we haven't really got to talk too much about him, but that's a player who I actually pointed out in my notes that was somebody who we would want to look out for. He had a forced fumble and a sack against North Little Rock last week.
You want to know how good number 9 Bronson Brock has been? So obviously the strategy there was just to squib it to an up guy, but it got all the way to Brock. And I heard a Little Rock Catholic fan say a word out loud that my pastor Cody at Westside would not like me repeating on the air. That's how tired Little Rock Catholic fans are of Bronson Brock, and it's a good run to the left side. J.J. Samuel. And that's what's interesting here, Jax. It's been a host of Wildcats making plays tonight.
Yeah, they have. It's not just J.J. I mean, and Cannon. I mean, they're making a majority of the plays, but they're doing a good job of distributing the ball. That play right there was a 7-yard run to the left side, making it 2nd and 3, 2:17 left to go in the third quarter.
El Dorado back in that heavy set, 12 personnel. It's a handoff, and this time it is a stuff for Little Rock Catholic.
Yeah, they loaded up on the left side of the Wildcat offensive line and were able just to overwhelm them, tackling JJ for a short loss there. It's going to set up 3rd and 5, 1:51 left. And Carter, I think that we're going to see the Wildcats go with the play action here. I think that Coach Hill's going to call play action here and try and make something happen.
Well, in our Karl Malone pregame keys to the game, number 10, Paxton Strong was the guy. It's a handoff, though, to JJ.
My gosh.
And it depends on where it's spotted. Let's see if it's enough for a Glenn Mechanical first down. I don't think so. It'll be fourth.
They gave it to him.
Oh, they did mark it for a first down. Or no.
Hold on.
It just depends. The White Hat has not had control of this game tonight.
Oh, and there we go.
It's either a Glenn Mechanical first down or 4th and a Sputnut here. It has been an incredulous game. Let's see if they'll give it to him.
And they give him.
Wow. Little Rock Catholic is not happy about that. And I'll be honest, I'm Wildcat through and through. I wouldn't be too happy about that either. The spot was murky from the get-go, but I'll take it for a Glenn Mechanical first down. El Dorado Wildcat Football. They bring in the backup running back, number 28, Jeremiah Warner. And it'll be a pull here from Cannon, and he's got room down the right side. What a block from Jordan Hammett! And Cannon Jacobs all the way down to the Rockets' 35-yard line.
Hey.
We have some extracurriculars.
It's getting chippy.
It's number 6, Pearson Snyder, is trying to start a fight. He's tried to get into the face of 3 different Wildcats right there, and he actually took himself out of the game. Wow.
Oh, my.
What a turn of events here.
And you actually could see Cannon arguing for a flag to be called because they wouldn't let go of him, trying to get up after the play. And there was nothing called on either side of the ball.
Let's be honest. Cannon has a point. I mean, that was not sportsmanlike there from Little Rock at all.
Let us know what you thought of that in the comments.
Here's Cannon with the handoff up the gut, and it will go for nothing here. That is number 28, Jeremiah Warner.
And it's getting chippy between both sides.
Wow. Head coach Richard Cochran is basically standing on the El Dorado sideline yelling at officials here. He's thrown his headset off. Well, no, it's still in his left hand here. He is going insane here.
I bet they just run the clock through the rest of the quarter here, give the Wildcats time to regather themselves and remind themselves who they are, not to let themselves get caught up in the extracurriculars going on the field. And so that goes the clock 2-1. We'll be right back at SouthArkansasNow.com.
As the summer growing season begins to slow down, you can still find plenty of homegrown fruits and vegetables at Davis Farms Country Market. Plus, a new shipment of baked goods just hit the shelf. And if you've ever wanted to know the difference between the meat from the big chain stores and locally grown Davis Double D Farms beef, you have to check it out. You'll be amazed, and you may never buy grocery store beef again. All of this and more at Davis Farms Country Market, 4523 Junction City Highway, or call 870-639-1323. For nearly 50 years, South Arkansas floors have been covered by El Dorado Custom Carpets, and not just carpets, but true hardwood, laminate, stone, porcelain, ceramic, marble, and more. And guess what? It doesn't end with just floors. El Dorado Custom Carpets carries a tremendous selection of backsplash, wall tile, and area rugs. The truth of the matter is, one commercial can't come close to telling you everything you can find at El Dorado Custom Carpets, 1601 East Main Street in El Dorado. Call 870-862-4945.
The Wildcats still lead 35-25. Fourth quarter is about to start here, and when we left off, things were a little chippy between both sides of the ball. And so now let's see what the Wildcats get going on offense here. Second and about 12.
So normally out of quarters, El Dorado likes to take shots. Let's see if they do it here. Cannon Jacobs back to pass. Will indeed take a shot to Christian Williams, and he can't quite bring it down. Oh my goodness, I almost had a Babe Ruth called shot right there.
Well, Carter, not the best call there, and he's very lucky that wasn't intercepted. He actually wound up underthrowing a little bit into triple coverage. Very, very lucky he didn't come away with an interception there.
Cannon Jacobs, 3rd and 12 here. 2 receivers to the left side. He will take the snap, and it'll be handoff to JJ. Wow, a great tackle there. That was number 54, preventing a first down. Granger Coleslaw. I can't pronounce his last name. It literally is crazy. So it'll set up 4th and medium here. Christavion Meadows, the star offensive lineman, checks back in at left guard, and El Dorado will indeed go for it. Little Rock Christian fans on their feet.
4th and 7 in a 10-point game. They're in the Rockets' territory.
Wildcats set up here. Cannon Jacobs has been magisterial. He'll pull it. Cannon Jacobs gets the corner, and he will pick up a Glenn Mechanical first down. What a play from Ocho.
Ochos. No, I'm just kidding. But I love that from Cannon right there. They were physical with him. They were chippy with him. And he said, you know what? Leave it on the sideline. I'm going to make a play happen on the field.
This is arguably the best game Cannon Jacobs has played his entire career. It's J.J. Samuels, a little juke move, and J.J. will scurry on into the end zone for another touchdown. Wildcats up 41-25.
J.J. Samuel scores another Murphy Arts District touchdown there. For the latest information on what's happening at the Murphy Arts District, go to eldomad.com. That takes the score 41-25. Wildcats leading over the Rockets. 10:43 left to go in the third quarter, waiting on the extra point to come.
Number 82, Byron, has been beautiful on extra points this year. The kick is up, and it's good.
And so that's going to make it 42-25. Wildcats have the lead. 10:43 left in the fourth quarter, excuse me. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors here at southarkansasnow.com.
Need equipment for your next job?
I'm talking about.
Don't settle for the traditional rental experience.
The rental experience with Equipment Share is a great experience. We rent everything from dozers to skid loaders, mini excavators, even smaller hand tools. They've always got what we need. They're timely. The billing is quick and accurate. The guys are able to set it up. They do it through their phone. I love Equipment Share. Renting with Equipment Share is not like any other company out there.
Tells a story, and at Especially For You, they help you make it unforgettable. Birthdays, wedding showers, baby showers, graduations, or just because. Especially For You creates one-of-a-kind gifts from art. Anyone can buy a gift card, but the best gifts aren't bought. They're made at Especially For You. Stop by and visit, especially for you, and find the perfect gift for life's special moments.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium with a kickoff, an equipment share kickoff for the Wildcats, leading 42-25. Tonight's coverage is also brought to you in part by Tom Cotton. For more information, go to tomcotton.com.
And this is a heat-seeking missile to the Rockets. Oh, and he's got the corner, and he's finally brought down. That's actually the Rockets' leading rusher on the season at running back, number 48, Stratton Robinson. We've not really seen him tonight at all, but he takes it down the right side and will give the Rockets decent field position on their own 34.
Yeah, 1st and 10 on the 34, 10.5 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. They're down by, let's see, what is that, 17. They're going to have to make something happen soon if they want to stay in this game.
What a game from Blair. Oh, we have a trick play yet again, and he's wide open yet again. It's a foot race here, and he's finally brought down. Oh, man, number 3, Ben Gasaway, having a career night. It's another trick play explosive here for the Rockets.
Well, Carter, it looked like almost the same exact play that they torched the Wildcats on earlier, and instead of sticking with the coverage, the safeties were ready for the run, and they just wound up getting torched. Luckily, they were able to make the chase down and prevent a touchdown, which really kept momentum from swinging too hard back towards Catholic.
Like my coaches used to tell me, wide as the widest, deep as the deepest. So the El Dorado defense was wide enough to keep contained, but not deep enough to prevent the explosive. It's a keeper up the middle. Wow, what a tackle right there from Briggs, number 99. It'll be only a gain of a couple. And Jax's game is still within reach. They're going to have to go quickly here with 10 minutes left to go, down by 17.
Well, not only that, Carter, but even if they are able to score here, they're going to have to hold the Wildcats scoreless and get them to turn the ball over quickly because, like you said, it's still a 3-possession game.
And even though he was beat, number 3, Josiah Moore, did make a nice tackle. He also had a big special teams play a little bit earlier in this game. A bright future here with this El Dorado Wildcat program. Blair takes the snap. No, this time it was the other quarterback, and it is handed off to the left side, and a big hit. Wow.
Oh, my
The
gosh.
birthday boy, Ja'Cory Lumsey, like a heat-seeking missile, knocks out a rocket there. But it is a decent gain right here to set up 2nd and medium. What a play.
If I'm ever doing something that I shouldn't be doing, Carter, send Ja'Cory Lumsey after me. I'll be scared straight.
Give credit to number 11 as well, Elliot Lavelle. He bounced right back up. I wouldn't if Ja'Cory Lumsey hit me, I'm telling you. And we do get a snap here. Once again, it is the backup quarterback, and we finally get a big play from El Dorado's most productive defensive tackle on the season. That's number 74, Robert Smith. He comes from a great lineage of El Dorado Wildcats.
Well, Carter, also, I like the message that the defense just sent there on that run. They picked him up and rolled him and slammed him down into the turf. Again, this is a physical Wildcat defense.
Can the El Dorado defense shut the door on this game? Blair back in at quarterback here. And he'll keep it, and he'll score. The score now, with 8:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. El Dorado 42, Rockets 31.
And, Carter, I wouldn't be surprised here if they go for 2 again. That way, instead of it being a 10-point game, it's only a 9-point game.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. You can make a case either way. Obviously, if it was something to cut it to 8, they would go for it. They'll just kick the extra point, and it is no good.
Oh, wow.
It was missed badly. It was actually closer to the Whataburger than the actual field goal post there. An unlikely miss right there
All right, score is 42-31, 8:15 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be right back at SouthArkansasNow.com.
With a name you trust, you can count on us. Glen Mechanical, plumbing, heating, and air.
For over 6 decades, Glen Mechanical has been specializing in HVAC, plumbing, and all mechanical jobs. 3 generations family-owned and operated since 1956. Glen Mechanical's business is based on relationships. They support and give back to the communities they work in. Contact them for all of your HVAC, plumbing, and mechanical needs. GlenMechanical.com.
When it comes to your family's financial future, peace of mind matters. At Harrison Financial Management, they are right here to help you plan, grow, and protect what matters most. Whether you're planning for retirement, investing wisely, or securing your family's future, they will guide you every step of the way. Harrison Financial Management, your future, their commitment.
To Memorial Stadium, getting ready for another equipment share kickoff.
And it is squibbed. And it'll get all the way back to Christian Williams. Wow,
Oh.
huge block from Ja'Cory Lumsey. And Christian Williams has a seam. He has the kicker to beat. Christian Williams down the right sideline. And he'll be out at the 50. Oh, man. They're actually going to throw.
20 seconds late.
Yes. And I will be honest, it was a big hit, but it looked clean.
It was clean. He just got clotheslined. That's a terrible late call by the officiating crew there. They saw somebody laying on the ground and just assumed. They didn't see that happen.
Ja'Cory Lumsey is the best hitter I have ever seen on this field. I mean, I know we talk about Rhett the Terminator Connor. He's up there.
Golly.
And then, I mean, there's plenty of defensive backs. Hunter the Punisher Anthony is up there as well. But
Luke Lansdale.
Luke Lansdale, well, yeah, he actually might be the guy. Honestly, if we're going to keep it a buck.
I mean, yeah.
J.J. Ford, I mean, there's plenty. But Ja'Cory Lumsey, he's not as big as those guys, honestly.
No, he's not.
Dude, I just don't know. I mean, he should get a job as a forester because nobody can lay the lumber like number one. I just don't. I hate that because you just assume that it's a bad call, or you assume that it should be a penalty just because it's a big hit.
So they spotted the penalty happening inside the 30. So instead of 15 yards, it's only going to be half the distance to the goal line. That's going to put the ball on the Wildcat almost 15-yard line.
Wow, just a big penalty right there. 5-man front for Christian. Oh, and what a keep from Cannon Jacobs. And he's got Painter to the 40. Cannon Jacobs. Are you serious? Cannon Jacobs finally brought down. And in a battle of spaceships.
A 75-yard keeper by Cannon Jacobs, the quarterback for the Wildcats. Carter, honestly, and seeing his swagger here on the field, I feel like he's taken this personally. They wouldn't let go of him when they had tackled him on the Rockets sideline, and now he's playing with a vengeance.
The Rockets have been put down by the Cannon. It is amazing.
There she blows.
The explosiveness from Ocho tonight. And guess what? We have an announcement to make with Mr. Cannon Jacobs. We'll tell you that coming up here in just a moment. Cannon hands it off to JJ, and he'll be down at the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal. Number 21 for Little Rock's trying to rip the football down. That's Brock Hatchett, the second leading tackler on the season for the Rockets, trying to turn the football over. But JJ is about as secure of a ball carrier as you will ever see.
Yeah, trying to rip the ball out of the hands of a guy who can squat 500 pounds. I have no idea what he benches or what he can curl or anything like that. But if you can squat 500, I don't imagine you're curling or benching any less than 250, 275.
Cannon Jacobs already has a rushing touchdown on the night. He'll hand it off to JJ, and that should just about do it. El Dorado 48, Rockets 31 with 7:06 left to go. Wow.
And that's enough for a Murphy Arts District touchdown again for the Wildcats, making the score 48-31, 7:06 left to go in the game. And barring the extra point, it could be 49-31 here shortly.
This has been quarterback mastery tonight from Cannon Jacobs. Extra point is up, and it is good for Henriquez Byron.
All right, that'll make it 49-31. Wildcats lead over the Rockets. 7:06 left to go in the game. We'll be right back after another quick word from our sponsors here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
Whether it's protecting families from the predators in nature, to helping food taste better and last longer naturally, or just making sure the local ball field is at its best, Lanxess is involved in our everyday lives. With more than 450 employees locally and more than $32 million in payroll each year, Lanxess is doing their part to be a good neighbor and leader in South Arkansas. With that in mind, remember to call before you dig. Know what's below. In Arkansas, it's the law, and it's a free service. Call 811 before you dig. This brought to you by Lanxess.
At the Carl Malone family of dealerships, Ford El Dorado, Chevy El Dorado, Toyota El Dorado, and Carl Malone Toyota of Ruston, the mailman always delivers. With over 200 brand new vehicles and over 150 quality pre-owned options, you're sure to find the perfect ride. Looking to sell? We'll buy your vehicle, paid on the spot. 4 dealerships, one name you can trust, Carl Malone. Because when it comes to great deals, the mailman delivers.
Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Wildcats lead 49-31. Tonight's coverage is also brought to you in part by Cadence Banks. Cadence Bank supports the Wildcats with financial solutions for your home or business. Cadence Bank can help plant a seed or seize the moment. Wherever you are in life, there's opportunity with Cadence Bank. Member FDIC, all rights reserved, equal opportunity lender.
And this equipment share kickoff, he's had a great game tonight. That's number 40, Eric Flores. Squibber placed perfectly here, and it's a loose ball, and it'll just be falling on. The Rockets set up with really bad field position.
13-yard line. That's going to make it 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And for a team that would have to score 3 times without the Wildcats scoring within 7 minutes, it's not looking good for the visiting team.
So barring a miracle, in the Dison Service Co. postgame show, Cannon Jacobs will join us in the booth. Once again, Cannon Jacobs will join us for a brief postgame interview. So at the end of this game, make sure you do not turn that dial. And I'll go ahead and say Cannon Jacobs, he's got to be the player of the game. I mean, it would either be him or JJ, but I would probably have to give it to Cannon. I'll give a player of the game to number 12, Phillips Blair. A debut performance here in El Dorado. Ooh, a big hit there from Bertavion Brown. And I say a debut performance. He's been the quarterback all season, but this is a debut in one of the toughest places to play. You probably can't tell from the broadcast, but Memorial Stadium gets really loud. And the Rockets right now, they're playing in front of that El Dorado student section. And let's see if they can find their way back into this game. And it's a keeper here. Blair gets brought down from a growing two-way player, number 0, Spencer Poole, on the play.
It's going to be close, and they're going to give them the first down. That puts the ball on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 with 6:23 left to go in the game. Rockets have the ball, and they are still in the huddle.
Brittany Hayes producing the broadcast on site alongside Peyton Tolbert. We appreciate everyone commenting, sharing on Facebook, listening online nationwide. El Dorado up 49-31. Wildcats bring a blitz, and it's thrown over the middle. Really good coverage right there from number 20, Jeremiah Mitchell.
You know, number 11 for Catholic really wanted a PI call there. However, the Wildcat defense did a good job of keeping their hands off of him, and we're just running right there beside him. No penalty, good coverage.
Once again, let us know where you're watching from tonight. We love hearing our nationwide and worldwide Wildcats. 2nd and 10 here. It'll be a jet sweep handoff yet again. Wow, Ja'Cory Lumsey again with a huge shot. It'll set up third and a couple, and I feel bad for number 11, Elliott Lavelle. They need an ice bath for him on the way back. I don't know if they had that on the bus, but wow.
Carter, you know, one of the big things after games is getting wrapped with the plastic wrap and ice packs, and it looks like the Catholic team is going to be making a lot of ice packs tonight. The training staff has a task ahead of them.
Little Rock Catholic 1-2 on the season. El Dorado 2-1. They had one common opponent on the season, both of which they beat, Texarkana. This will be, once again, a jet sweep handoff to the right side. And Ja'Cory Lumsey,
my gosh.
again, somebody get the caution tape out. This has been a ridiculous display of tackling from Ja'Cory Lumsey, looking like Luke Kuechly out there. Wow.
Just targeting. I mean, not targeting, but just going out and saying, hey, this is who I want. This is who I'm going to get. And plowing through, making hard hits.
Reminding you of DJ Hicks, former NFLer, used to play for the Wildcats. And Ja'Cory Lumsey again. Wow.
And this is a worn-down team that's getting hurt. They're getting tired. And when you've got a guy who's got the speed, strength, and endurance like Lumsey, it's hard to stop him from getting through, especially in this late game where the Wildcats are trying to seal it.
Do the Rockets have one more piece of fight left in them? If they were to get one explosive play, I guess you could see the light potentially, but they are not in the hurry up. 17 seconds on the play clock, 3:51 on the game clock, down by 18 here. And it's a deep throw on the smash concept. Wow, what a catch!
Oh, wow.
It was ridiculously thrown to number 10, Hunter Markham. And Jax, I want to read these passing stats for Little Rock Catholic going into the game. They were 18 of 48 passing, 37% on the season, and out of nowhere, they're looking like the Mike Martz Rams.
And you have to give credit to the wide receiver there. That was an incredible catch.
This has just been a ridiculous game from the Rockets. You got to give them credit. And it's Lumsey again on the tackle.
Swallowed up in the backfield by purple jerseys. And this Wildcat defense, you can tell by the way they finish each play, they're feeling good.
And number 10 taps his helmet. He's got to come out. Hunter Markham's had himself a game. He's played some quarterback on the season. He's played some quarterback tonight. And I just hope he's okay. He's trying to catch his breath on the sideline. I would too, getting hit by this Wildcat defense. El Dorado's got a few backup defensive linemen in, keeping the bodies fresh. 3 minutes left to go. Blair takes the snap. And it's incomplete.
And Lumsey there to help break up the pass right there as well. Carter, one thing that you also have to just appreciate is the defensive lines coach understanding that, hey, fresh bodies here, we can maybe get a little bit better pressure on the quarterback, and that's exactly what happened. There was pressure. He tried to get rid of it quickly, made a bad read, and it could have been a very bad play for the Rockets there. They got very lucky.
The Rockets did travel well tonight, a lot like Texarkana did a few weeks ago. We always love when there's a good road crowd. What a game tonight for the Wildcats. 2:52 left to go. Back to pass once again. Blair under heavy pressure just throws it up. And it's caught!
Oh my gosh.
What a throw and catch. It was just heaved up into the air.
Hail Mary, and it just so happened to get caught.
Number 8, Guy Webb, is able to make the play. Wow. I am telling you, Little Rock Catholic, moving forward, might have found themselves a passing attack. They have been only a rush-based offense up to this point in the season. But they have put up 31 on the board tonight. And it'll be Blair to the left side, and he's going nowhere fast. Chased down by number 74, Robert Smith.
Tackled at the 10-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and goal now, 2nd and 10. 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game with the clock rolling. Wildcats are up 49-31, and the Catholic Rockets are just going to try and maybe get in the end zone one more time to feel good before the end of the game.
Yeah, so it looks as if you will get a Wildcat victory. Don't forget, we will be on the road in Marion, Arkansas next week for the broadcast right here on South Arkansas Now.
But don't turn off because we have a post-game show.
Yes, please. And we will have a fun guest. Don't miss out on that. Trips right here. 1:34 left to go. El Dorado looks like they're bringing a heavy pressure to the right side. That is exactly what they do. They throw a goal line fade, and it will be a flag. Number 12, Rozier, pulled at the last second on number 3, Ben Gassaway.
Carter, I don't necessarily know why they threw that flag there. To me, I didn't see just a whole lot of anything before the ball hit the ground. And it's not like it's a game-changing play.
Right.
But here it is now. Instead, it's going to be 2nd and 11. No, it should be an automatic first down. Automatic first down, half the distance to the goal. That's going to put it at the 5.5-yard line or so.
1:23 left to go. Oh, they get in their heavy set here. Kind of shocking. Oh, no, they're going to spread it out here. Trips right now.
A lot of motion before the snap.
Blair rolls out to the right side. Oh, it's a quarterback throwback.
Oh my
and
gosh.
Ja'Cory Lumsey breaks it up. It was a clean hit. Number 10, Hunter Markham, has been hit quite a few times by Ja'Cory Lumsey. It was a well-designed play. They set up the rollout to the right side. Tight end throwback just out of the reach, and boom! Ja'Cory Lumsey, get your Tylenol out for number 10. I feel really bad for him.
You heard the entire Catholic crowd gasp because they knew that was a hard hit.
I have been watching Wildcat football for a long time. I don't remember anyone hitting like Ja'Cory Lumsey at this rate. 1:17 left to go. Rockets down by 18. It is handed off to the right side. And Bratavion Brown with the loss of about 5. And it'll set up 4th and 10. With 10 yards to go, it has to hit pay dirt.
Oh, they're going to spot him at the 8.
Oh, wow.
4th and goal at the 8. Generous spotting.
It was generous. Here we go.
But, Carter, one thing that you have to look at is you have to treat a football game like a boxing match. And the Wildcats are a heavyweight who just keep weighing down on the Rockets.
And El Dorado will take a timeout. We'll keep it here. Some situational football here, Jack. So,
Carter, we actually need to take a break, so we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Wildcats lead 49-31, 31 seconds left to go in the game. The Rockets have the ball, 4th and goal on the 8-yard line, and they still have not broken the huddle.
Yeah, the White Hat could, in theory, go on ahead and start the play clock. That's not what they're going to do here. 4th and goal at the 8. So tonight, Jax, we've seen a few dipsy-doodle tricks from Little Rock, one on a touchdown pass, one on a 2-point conversion. Let's see what they decide to do here. Trips left to the wide side of the field. And he'll go for it, and he won't get there. What a great tackle right there from number 0, Spencer Poole. And El Dorado will take a few knees and win this game.
They'll take one. Only 24 seconds left on the clock.
We'll see if Little Rock elects to use their timeouts. I doubt that they will. But
no sense in it. So Wildcats take possession of the ball. It looks like it's going to be on the 4-yard line. With 24 seconds left, they should just line up in the victory formation. And then, Carter, have you heard anything about our post-game interview yet on who exactly it's going to be, or do we know it's going to be?
It should be number 8.
All right. So, guys, tune into the Dison Service Company post-game show and hear our interview with Cannon Jacobs.
And the knee has been taken. And some good sportsmanship. There has been some chippiness tonight, but Little Rock Catholic will fall to 1-3 on the season. And after El Dorado lost a season opener to a Little Rock school, they take on a feisty team from the state's capital.
West Memphis. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to next week. I'm sorry.
No. And El Dorado is able to win to go to 3-1. Little Rock, great fight tonight from the Catholic Rockets, but just too much Cannon Jacobs and too much J.J. Lumsey tonight.
Absolutely. And Carter, as we get looking forward to next week, it'll be against West Memphis next week against the Blue. Oh, no, excuse me. I was wrong for correcting you. It actually is Marion.
We're going to Marion.
We're going to Marion. I'm going to Marion.
We're still going in the same direction.
Yeah, not too far from each other. And so, Carter, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll get ready to start our Dison Service Company post-game show. So we'll be right back at SouthArkansasNow.com.
If you born and raised in Arkansas, make some noise right now. You got What an amazing place they've built right here in your town.
Serving South Arkansas for 25 years, and all the while expanding and growing throughout the state. Promed Ambulance is proving their motto of world-class care and hometown values. For example, their new mobile integrated healthcare communication center. This state-of-the-art facility allows communication specialists to work directly with local 911 call centers to ensure the closest medical team is always dispatched to any emergency. World-class care and hometown values. For more information and career opportunities, go to PromedAmbulance.com.
Non-stop phone calls, registered mail, repossessions, or threats of lawsuits from creditors, and it seems like no one is willing to let you hit pause and just catch your breath. You need the help of Robert Rushing and the Rushing Law Firm. Bankruptcy is not the end. It can be a chance for a fresh start. The Rushing Law Firm goes to work for you, letting you hit that pause button and start over. Call the Rushing Law Firm today at 870-875-2940 or stop by the office at 725 Northwest Avenue in El Dorado. The Rushing Law Firm.
All right, welcome to the press box, the Promed Ambulance press box. I'm Jax Sanford, standing here with our Jason Hardy State Farm player of the game, Cannon Jacobs. Cannon, what a game. First thing that I want to ask you is, it got a little chippy there in the third quarter. They wouldn't let go of you. We saw them holding on to you down on their sideline. Was anything that you can say on TV said?
No, not really, but I kept my mouth shut, and I love my offensive line for sticking up for me. But in that situation, we can't have the cost of a penalty on that gain, or we But we do keep our good job of keeping our mouth shut, and they just ran their mouth the whole time because they were down. But we have to do better of not letting ourselves engage into that kind of talk and stuff like that. No penalties.
Kenny, you told us before we got going here that this was the best game of your career. Why?
Just the team played great. The team played wonderful. You had great perimeter blockers, great offensive line played an amazing game. Defense stepped up, and I'll just it wasn't on me. I just made the read. Everybody else blocked. I just ran where I was supposed to. I don't take no credit for that. Great route by Bronson over here with the
post.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And Cannon, you have continued to do what we brag on you every week about, and that is get out of sticky situations with your ability to run the ball. And now JJ did a phenomenal job, and we're not going to overshadow that at all. But a lot of times we saw you out there and you were shedding tackles, you were pushing through guys. So just kind of tell us, what that's like for you and why you run with such ferocity.
You should have a mentality that no one else on the field is better than you.
Let's go, Cannon. Let's go,
like
boy.
Nobody works hard as you. Nobody does anything as hard as you. So I just have the mindset, nobody can stop me, and I just push through, put my head down. I love contact. I might commit sooner or later to UAM to play receiver, and I just love contact.
Let's go.
I love contact. That's one thing I love about football, and just having that mentality of no one can stop me, just running through someone's face just feels great.
Oh, he said almost. I mean, the Bowl Evil Nation, if they put on the film tonight, they're like, man, this is a Julian Edelman, a quarterback who would be a great receiver for us. And this is what's interesting. And you don't have to speak to the naysayers because in week 1, it was tough. And then in the last 3 weeks, you just kept your head down. You didn't listen to the outside noise. And what did you do? You have delivered 3 consecutive wins. Walk us through that mentality as the leader of this team.
Yeah, that first game was a rough one. That was probably one of the roughest games we've played as a team in a long time. And just that week after, we had a senior meeting, just telling everybody we need to pick this up now. This won't ever happen again. And just everybody just wanting to be better, wanting to practice hard, and just keeping that good mentality with everybody. It's really pushed us forward. And I give them all the credit. I don't take none. That's all them. We've rallied together as a team and put on a show for y'all guys.
Yeah, we know you got to go home with the team and take all the photos. You always have a gazillion family members out here. This is the Dison Service postgame show. Last one for you, Cannon. Are you a better quarterback than Elliott? Yes. Yeah.
All right. And Cannon, I do want to say really quick, you had a lot of family tuning in, like Ryan Collins, Kathy Gaddy Rowell. Let's see here. You had people tuning in from Phoenix, from Florida. All family members of yours tuning in to watch you play a game that you did stupendously in. So, Cannon, great job tonight. Now go enjoy your time with your team.
Well, we do have one more.
Just kidding.
Okay, one more. Cannon, everybody's been supporting you on South Arkansas now. We're doing this stream to provide the footage nationwide. We appreciate you putting your butt on the line, taking those big hits, taking on any big defensive tackle, any big safety. You said, no, sir, I'm taking them head on. I love that from you, okay? This is what I'm talking about, that Wildcat pride. Number 8, number 6, they're coming for you. Let's go. So, what would you say to everybody watching right now? This team, I feel this team can really do something special. Last year against Greenwood, first game of the season versus LRCA, these last 3 weeks, this looks like a real football team. So what is it going to take to carry this momentum forward for a potential long postseason run?
Just keeping that same leadership we have now and that mentality and just getting all the energy up there in practice. And we're going to put on a show for y'all. Y'all just stay tuned. And I just want to say thank y'all for everything that y'all do, broadcasting all the games. Say after road games, I just hop on here, watch the game because Huddle isn't posted. And I really appreciate.
Oh, for real?
And I really appreciate everything y'all do for us.
I'll start throwing in special commentary just for you.
Oh, yes,
Let's go, Ocho. Let's go, Ocho.
All right, and then, Cannon, before you leave, let's get a picture of all of us together while we take a quick break here at SouthArkansasNow.com.
More product than ever in the store history. That's what's happening at Union Kennel and Farm Supply. A huge sale is going on right now, including 50-pound bags of deer corn, only $6.50 per bag. 50-pound bags of rice bran, marked $1 off. No one, absolutely no one, has a better selection of small animals, birds, reptiles, saltwater and freshwater fish than Union Kennel and Farm Supply. 1100 West Hillsboro in El Dorado. Or call 870-864-9229.
Homes are typically heated or cooled 24/7, 365, using nearly half of all home energy. That new stainless steel refrigerator may look cool, but upgrading to the quietest and most efficient HVAC system can have much greater rewards. Choose a system with a Wi-Fi enabled thermostat, so the most important appliance in the house is also the smartest, allowing you to set the perfect comfort level from anywhere. Presented by Lennox. Learn what perfect feels like at Lennox.com.
When it comes to protecting your home or business, trust the name that's been serving South Arkansas for 3 generations, Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal. From residential roofs to large commercial projects, the experienced team at Cross delivers quality you can see and reliability you can count on. Cross Roofing and Sheet Metal, built on trust, proven by results. Call Cross Roofing today. Put a solid future over your head.
Stand in front of the camera and keep your hands. And welcome back to Memorial Stadium, where the Wildcats just took a win 49-31 over the Little Rock the Little Rock Catholic Rockets. And your Dison Service Company postgame show is to discover your heat or AC isn't keeping up. Trust your local Lennox dealer and call 870-862-0409 and keep your home comfortable all season long with Dison Service Company. That interview with Cannon Jacobs was also part of the Dison Service Company postgame show. And Carter, we got to wrap it up here pretty soon, but what do you take away from this game?
Yeah, we knew Cannon could play, but Bronson Brock, number 9, is a real player. So last week it was Christian Williams, the youngster. Bronson Brock, the kickoff return touchdown was big. And then on top of that, the huge post route that Cannon Jacobs broke down for us, one of the best throws of his career. And Cannon said this was the best game of his career. Now, we are Wildcats through and through. And we're always going to give you some harsh truth as well. Mm-hmm. El Dorado defensively, they dominated the front 7. Their run game really couldn't get going. The pass game was an issue tonight, but the secondary did a good job making a few touchdowns, saving tackles. That does need to get cleaned up as they move forward, but honestly, Jervalen Jr. in that front, they really did a good job setting the edge and making the Catholic Rockets uncomfortable. So El Dorado moves to 3-1 on the season. Outside of Cannon Jacobs, you have to shout out, once again, number 1, Ja'Cory Lumsey. He was all over the field tonight. And one thing you don't really bring up, we're getting a few stats brought in with Ja'Cory Lumsey, is when there's someone out there that's willing to rip your face off, that's willing to play fearless, it changes you mentally. And the Rockets, you started seeing them go down by down, one by one, hit by Ja'Cory Lumsey and number 5, Bertavion Brown. So those two in particular in that second and third level of the defense was really good tonight for El Dorado. And then especially in that first half, Jax, the offensive line for the Wildcats was incredible. They placed so many different guys up front. Christavion Meadows and Pearson Cranford were amazing, in particular on the left side of that line. So what a game for them.
Absolutely. And Carter, like you said, the Wildcat defensive front dominated. There were a couple times where the secondary got torched or bit on the trick play, and it cost a solid chunk of yardage for the Rockets to be able to gain against the Wildcat defense. However, I do also want to point out that as the game went on further and further, the Rockets got less and less consistent on offense, and they didn't start out that consistent to begin with.
Yeah.
But they had guys who were tired of taking those hits from guys like Ja'Cory Lumsey and Bertavian Brown. And you had guys who were getting tired of running all the way upfield just for the ball not to make it to them because Wildcat defense was in the backfield. So you had a offense that was wearing down on consistency. They were still able to make a couple of big plays late, but by then it was far too late. Wildcats win 49-31, and actually the Wildcats rushed 37 times for 310 yards. 37 rushes, 310 yards. That is absurd.
And guess what? Little Rock, they had 37 rushes for 138 yards, so half the total of El Dorado. And what does that tell you? The line of scrimmage was won. Now, I am biased towards the Wildcats. We're all biased towards the Wildcats. This is a Wildcats dream.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm extremely biased to my second father. The man, he's the only football coach I ever had, the only position coach I've ever had. Jimmy Johnson is still here molding the best defensive lines you will ever see. And it's not every year you have a Hampton or a Jackson, guys that go on to start and have fantastic careers for the Arkansas Razorbacks, or Ernest Green, who went on to OBU and had a fantabulous career.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's undersized guys like Robert Smith, who chased down a quarterback in the open field there at the end. So Jimmy Johnson, I don't think El Dorado fans really understand how lucky we are to have a guy that loves the Wildcats and continues to put out ferocious defensive line. So really shout out to him. He was probably the best coach on the field tonight for either team. And I do also want to shout out Chris Hill. Don't forget, Chris Hill, every Tuesday night with you at Mystic Creek. He'll also be joining us for some pregame stuff starting next week. He was fantastic. I mean, the play calling again tonight was ridiculous. And just to let people know, I'm a film study analyst. This is what I do. I was very impressed that El Dorado, their counter runs were working, but what really put this game away was the zone read pulls. And Cannon Jacobs on that last pull was a thing of beauty. So shout out to Chris Hill mixing in beautiful play calls, and number 8, playing quarterback at about as high of a level as you could see a high school quarterback play. He was 9-12 for 170. Only one interception that was off a deflection at the line of scrimmage. So Cannon Jacobs, one of the best games, and he said it himself here on the Dison Service postgame show, the best game of his career was tonight.
Yeah, Carter, really quick, just to run through some stats and wrap it up for the night. El Dorado was 9 for 12 passing with 170 passing yards. So that puts them at 480 total yards of offense, 70 yards in penalties, plus 1 in the turnover battle. Little Rock Catholic was 13 for 23 for 243 yards passing. So, and they had 50 yards in penalties, minus 1 in the turnover battle. And Carter, one last thing before we call it a night for you. Anything?
No, come on, Peyton. Come on, Brittany. No, y'all are getting on the stream. Come on. No, y'all come on. Come on. We're not signing this off before we shout out our producers. Come on.
Well, really quick, as we get them on camera, just want to say, guys, remember to tune in. Thank you for watching, and remember to tune in. This is my little sister, Peyton.
We're doing a sign-off with all of them in here. Come on, Brittany. Let's go, Brittany.
And without this crew, this stream would not happen tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Remember to tune in to 5th and Goal live from Mystic Creek Tuesday night, 6 p.m. All the coaches in Union County. I'm Jax Sanford. That's Carter Bryant, Peyton Talbert, Brittany Haynes. Thank you so much. Good night.
You're tough, determined to take challenges head on. But when cancer strikes, you'll need more than strength. You'll need the right care. We provide the tools you need to fight and the compassionate care you need to keep going. Every step of the way. Carti. We're with you.
LSB Industries is committed to playing a leadership role in the production of low and no carbon products that build, feed, and power the world. Our El Dorado carbon capture and sequestration project is helping the company reduce its carbon footprint while enabling us to provide our customers with low carbon products.
Eric Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Home!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Carl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, we've got the biggest selection of ATVs, UTVs, and motorcycles ready to ride today. Take advantage of special financing, unbeatable trade-in values, and service you can trust to keep you on the trails. Whether it's work, play, or pure adrenaline, we've got the machine to fit your lifestyle. Carl Malone Power Sports El Dorado, where selection, savings, and service all deliver. Come see us today.